There you go. We're live. I am sure we're live. As always, I don't know if we're live. I never know if we're live, do I? Let's see if we're live. Let's check it out. Let's try and see if we're live. See if the audio is working. There you go. Yeah. I can see myself. I can hear myself. Then now we are live, I guess. Yes. I'm live and I'm alone. I'm lonely here. This is a lonely road that I walk. Yeah. All right. Oh. Loneliness. And yeah, as some of you I know, many of you watch my videos after the fact. So if you're watching this after the fact, hello. And thank you for watching. And if you're here while I'm doing this, then welcome. I don't think there's anyone here, though, right? I don't think there's anyone here. I haven't seen anyone, at least. Yeah, I know. By the way, I'm sorry about my voice. My voice is a bit deeper than usual. Depends on the day. Sometimes my voice is deeper when I'm relaxed. But today it's a matter of my voice being absolutely destroyed by the fact that yesterday I had a birthday party and it was absolutely terrible for my vocal cords. So I'm being extremely careful today. Yeah, with my voice. But yeah, you can see, well, I can see a little reflection there. Yeah, I can see a little thing there. It's coming from my window. Apparently, there's a beautiful day outside today in Liverpool City. So yeah, for a change, we have very nice weather for a while. And that's so great. That's so great. Oh, it's so good to have nice weather in it. Ah. Makes me happy to have nice weather, right? Makes me happy to have nice weather. And as always, I'm gonna hide the restream chat thing because honestly, there's none of yous there. I don't care for that thing to be seen. When you start talking, I'll start showing it. Otherwise, why even show it there? So yeah, when we have some chats, I'm gonna show the restream chat thing. But yeah, well, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing fantastic. I know I'm doing okay. I know I'm doing fine with this very nice weather we have here. Instead of being outside enjoying the sun, no, I am here with you because there's nothing else I'd rather be doing than being with you here. I don't know if you had the chance to watch the last video where I talked a little bit about some stuff, features and stuff about AI as well. If you didn't have a chance to watch it, I invite you to do it. I invite you to go there and watch it. I think it was interesting. I think it was an interesting talk. You know, just leave it in the background there. It was mostly a talk. Yeah. But I think it's important. If you're using Rogue Engine, I think you should know and should be aware of these things and my thoughts about these things. And about the people doing these things. So yeah, mostly that. But tonight, no, we're not gonna do that. I keep saying tonight. It's just 7 p.m. here. Yeah, it's a different live stream, right? I never come in this early, but I'm trying. I'm trying different schedules. I'm trying different times. I'm seeing what works, what doesn't. I figure more or less we're gonna have some people from different parts of the world more or less able to be here at this hour, so it's good. And we're it's a nice day, so I don't need a bandana tonight. It's a bandana is good for the bald head. It feels really good on the bald head, but not tonight. We don't need a bandana. I keep saying tonight. It's today. It's daylight. Beautiful daylight. Thank you very much, daylight. Yeah. And yes, if you're here, hit the like button. and subscribe there to the YouTube. Follow me there on Twitch. Say hello in the chat, and yeah, beautiful stuff. All right, so tonight, I keep saying tonight. Oh, I keep saying tonight. Today we're gonna keep working on a tower defense. But before that, yeah, I didn't get ready for the Ludum Dare or anything like that. I know many people are going to the Ludum Dare stuff. I'm not a great game jammer, honestly. I'm not a fan of the game jam. I'm not. I like just sitting down doing demos and stuff like that. I don't like having a time frame and all that with the game jam and all. I'm not a fan of that. I never was, but yeah, I don't know. If someone wants to do something, let me know. I'll be available for you. As always, I'm always available for you. But since it's the Ludum Dare, consider me there for you. If you're using Rogue Engine, obviously, right? If you're using Godot, I'm not there for you. If you're using Unity, I'm not there for you. If you're using Rogue Engine, I'm there for you, 1000%. Especially now with the Ludum Dare. But yeah, we have Shivan 2418 there saying Haro. I don't know what that means, but I guess it means hello. I'm gonna guess it means hello. And otherwise, maybe I said I may have said a curse or something. I don't know what I did. Maybe I've just called all the mean spirits of something. I don't know. I don't really know what I said. So, but anyway, I don't care. All right. Thank you for being there, mate. Yeah. I don't think it's just you and me, but surely there's not many more people here tonight. I keep saying tonight. It's today. Look at that. Look at that. There's a shining window there. Yeah, I should have closed a bit. I should have closed it a bit more because that's doing a thing with the lighting, innit? It's gonna mess up the whole lighting. And maybe I should put myself there. All right, right. There. Yeah. There you go. Okay. And when I move a bit, it's gonna look like I'm a bit like I'm holy, Oh, there you go. You see? Oh, there you go. Oh, all right. So we keep working on a tower defense, and Shivan saying, I thought about getting into Rogue Engine. There just isn't that many videos about them. I get in doubt if being actively developed. Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm actively developing it. It's just that there's not enough of me to do all the, stuff that needs to be done for content and stuff. There's until there's enough adoption from enough people making more content. But surely, whatever you want to do, you start building whatever you need. You go into the Discord. I don't know if you're in the Discord. The way to build a Rogue Engine right now is you join the Discord, and there you have all the information you need. You can tag me there, and I'll help you out. And also, if you have any doubts, there's something that I can help you out, like to set up. We can set it up here live, even, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, here's the thing about Rogue Engine, okay? Rogue Engine is not an engine in itself. It's not like using Unity by itself, that you need to learn Unity. Rogue Engine is a set of tools around THREE.JS. So you're actually learning THREE.JS, and you're learning some tooling. It's as if you built like this custom engine around THREE.JS to use THREE.JS. So it's removing all the boilerplate and giving you all these helper functions so that you don't have to rewrite all these things that you always have to write when you make a game with THREE.JS. So it's helping you out with that. But you're certainly just using THREE.JS. So anything you need to know about Rogue Engine, say, I would like to know how to do this in Rogue Engine. It's usually just looking for things like, how do I do this in THREE.JS? And you learn how to do it in Rogue Engine. That's as simple as that. You just write it down on a Rogue Engine component. So what you really need to learn, the stuff that's in the videos, okay? You watch those videos to learn how to use Rogue Engine, and then you learn how to use THREE.JS by itself. And you don't need much more. really. You need to know how to use the core concepts of Rogue Engine, and then know how, and then you'll learn you'll learn Three.js as you use it, and as you need something, you'll start finding out things that you need, and yeah, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Very cool. Honored to talk to Dev himself. Well, I'm honored to be talking to you, my friend. We're not that many here, you know. It's a niche. It's a very niche community. You and I. It's. I think right now, just in this chat, it's just you and I, because there's not even. I think there's one person in Twitch. There's just a lurker in Twitch. I can see you, lurker in Twitch. I can see you're lurking me in Twitch. It's just one of you. It's just you. You're just lurking me on Twitch. You're not even saying hi. That's bad. That's mean. That's mean. That's so mean. That's so mean. You could say hi, but no. It's so sad. All right. Let's work on our tower defense. Oh, okay. Tower defense. I did some stuff. I've been looking at it because there was some stuff that I needed to kind of check to make sure that we were on the right track about some things. So I'm gonna show you what I did, but before we do that, as always, because of OBS, I have to be careful. You know, opening, closing stuff sometimes breaks my breaks everything, basically. So yeah, so I have to be very careful. It starts, you know, making things shake around. OBS is a mess. I mean, I don't know. I love OBS. The fact that it's free, it's amazing. You know, it's I don't know if I think it's open source as well, you know, and all that. But yeah, it's sometimes it's like, yeah, it's beautiful software. I don't feel like criticizing amazing dev work like that. They are truly incredible. So yeah, it's probably me. It's probably skill issue from me. That's probably it. But yeah, I'm gonna call you or a hardware issue. I'm gonna call it a hardware issue. Saying I thought about making a modern updated version of the game Merchant Prince. It's very old. Maybe you know it. Merchant Prince. I don't think I know it, no. No, sadly no. Merchant Prince. I didn't play that many games back in the day. By the way, I'm 33. Maybe I look older. I'm 33. I don't know when that game is from. But I started actually playing computer games actively at about what age was that? I don't know. But I was told that I would get access, like continuous access to computers, probably a bit late. So, you know, due to having access to it. So yeah, I played some computer games before, and I had like this, you know, Nintendo, but that's as much as, you know. That's the extent of it. And I had a PlayStation 1. I think in the 2000. Yeah, 2000. So so that was the first time I had like actual access, and probably 2001. Yeah, is when I actually had access to more games. But but it says I'm 38, but I would often go play abandonware games in DOS box when I only had a crappy computer. I get it. Definitely helped to play like all the games 100%. I don't remember Merchant Prince. I'm gonna have to look it up. But it would be cool to see it. You know, just maybe show us, you know, some stuff in the Discord there. Share some of the stuff you want to build and all that. Hugh Funking knew it, saying when? When? Just to give me some context, mate. Yeah, well, it's you lurking there. It was you lurking there saying it was you there on Twitch. Hello, mate. Nice of you to show up and say hello. Well, you said when. You didn't say hello, but I'm gonna take it as hello. I'm gonna assume when means hello. Who fucking knew it? I'm talking to someone on YouTube. Oh, sorry. Look, you know what? I'm gonna share the Restream chat there, so you can see the chats there on the Restream chat. Yeah. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do as well? Oh, I removed myself for a minute there. I'm going to make this thing larger as well. Because yeah, here we can make it larger. Yeah, no problem. Brilliant. Look at that. You can see more of yourselves. You can see more of yourselves. It looks sexy chat. Look at that. Very sexy long chat. Look at that. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we have this now. We have top technology for a live stream. Yeah, it's very. You can see you fucking knew it. You've been here for a while. You see that we're very early. He's saying, Shivan's saying, do you think Rogue Engine could handle a game akin to Civ 4, or is that beyond the scope of the engine? Honestly, if you're using, I think kind of turn-based games are a great use case for THREE.JS in general. I mean, it's a matter of can THREE.JS handle it. So if you've seen stuff that makes you think you could do it in THREE.JS, you can do it in Rogue Engine 100%. The point is, if you have to be more careful with the resources. So maybe you say, okay, use Atlas maps for sure. Like all the things that you would use for mobile games, right? Those things you have to certainly apply. The bigger your game is, the more emphasis you have to put on certain things, like use Atlas maps. Atlas maps for your materials. Use like instance meshes. Batch meshes. All of these things that make your game have less and less use of resources. That's the best thing. And then if you don't need physics, don't use physics. I think it's Civ 4, you may not need physics. So I would say, yeah, you could make everything a billboard. Yeah. Well, I guess, but well, you can make everything. I don't know if making everything billboard is better, honestly, because it depends. Like if I'd rather have say a low poly model that it looks really nice. I think performance wise, I'd rather have a nice low poly model than too much like a billboard that takes too much loading. You would need like a really big Atlas map and very good Atlas map, having all the pieces of your billboard stuff. I definitely go with that. But yeah, always if you're gonna use textures, sprites, things like that, use an Atlas map. Use an Atlas map because that's the way. That's the way you do it. Otherwise, it's a pain. It's a pain. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer through it badly. So as it gets big, as the game gets big, illumination. Be very careful with lights and shadows. Mostly, shadows are very expensive on THREE.JS. So that's the part I would say. Bake shadows, environmental things, and just use real-time shadows for specific things like that are moving and stuff like that. Then everything else a little bit baked, so if you do things like that, you can certainly pull off incredible graphics. She's even asking, what OS rig are you on? Well, I have multiple rigs. Well, in this case, I have a G5, like a G5 from 2018, 2019. I think this one's from 2018. And so it has an RTX 2060, and it has 16 gigs of RAM. So not too much RAM actually. Then I have I have Windows here. I have Windows 11, and I have what else I have? I have Windows 11 here. Then I have a MacBook Air that I use as well. That's an M3. And in this machine that I use Windows 11, I also use Cashy OS, so it's Arch Linux. So yeah, I use both of them here. Yeah, so that's mostly what I've used Rogue Engine, but I've also run Rogue Engine on a very old MacBook with Kubuntu, and it worked really well. Honestly, I was surprised. I could run some of the demos that I have on the website on Kubuntu, and we're like, whoa, like impressive. Like I couldn't believe it. I played some of the games you find there in the examples on Rogue Engine.io. I was impressed. I didn't expect it because that's an old MacBook Pro. That's 2012, I think, MacBook Pro, and it worked great. So I was like, no way. And it worked fantastic. It has one of those Intel chipsets. It's really bad, really ugly. And it worked great. So I was impressed. Yeah. Oh, hello, Indy. How's it going? By the way, now that I see that more people are joining in, remember, if you're going to be using Rogue Engine for Ludum there, count me in, okay? Count me in. I mean, you take all the credit and everything, of course, right? But I consider me part of your team, okay? In the sense that, come into the Discord, tell me I'm doing Ludum there, I need to finish this, help me out, I'll help you out, okay? I'll help you out as much as you need. As always, I'm there for you. But Ludum there, considering Ludum there, that is I know it's a special occasion. Yeah, let's make it count. Okay, let's make it count. So I'm going to be there for you. You can do the 2-day one. There's a 48 hour, there's a 72 hour, and there's a 3 weeks one. So you can also do one. Not for any pricing or anything. I think you can't. You only get feedback, but it's nice, I mean, you can participate, and let me know if you're competing, if you're doing it, or just enjoying it. Let me know, and I'll help you out. All right. Mostly if you're competing. If you're doing the 48 hour one, I mean, I'm there for you. I'm gonna help you out. Okay. As always, any game jam you're doing, let me know if you're doing a game jam, okay? And I'll be there for you. As always, count me in. Consider me part of your team, okay? I'm there. I'm the guy you call. I need a hand. I'm that guy. I'm that. I'm your GPT human PT. All right, let's work in this tower defense. All right, let's work in this tower defense. I hope you're all doing all right. Thank you so much for joining. The few of you have been joining. We have Who Funking Knew It. We have him on Twitch there. The only lad on Twitch. I think he's the only one on Twitch. I don't think there's anyone else on Twitch. We may have like 3 people on YouTube, maybe at most. I don't think we have many more people than that on YouTube. It's sad. It's a sad thing. But hey, I'm glad you are here. It's just the fact that you are here, you watching this right now live, the fact that you are here makes it worth it. Even if it was just you and me right now, right here, it makes it absolutely 100% worth it. Just for one person, 1% do this. Yeah, I'm enjoying it anyway. So even for myself. So hey, glad to be here with you. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna show you some stuff. Yeah, let's go in here. Like I said, I have to close all this garbage because afterwards, otherwise this thing just start blowing up, and it's not a nice thing. You don't want these things blowing up, right? You don't want them blowing up. They make a mess. You don't want them blowing up. There you go. Wait. Where am I? Yeah, there you go. I already created the repo for our tower defense. Here we are. Yeah. And is this? Ah, yeah. This is the thing? Okay. Yeah. Here. There we go. Finally, we see some stuff here. Oh, okay. This thing. I thought I had set it up differently, and that I could what's going on? So I can't make it. Ah, crap. Okay. All right. I'll have to make it 400. Yeah, the chat was too long. Too big. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at what we have so far. Okay, if you're just watching this now, this is the first time you're watching this live stream we're doing. We're building a tower defense. Tower is an upgrade, and you can just shoot things, and you know, we have interesting stuff. And yeah, we're going to be setting them up. We have 2 towers that we have set up. We have a UI. Let me show it to you. I'm drinking mate like a crazy guy. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do this, okay? Let's just show you what we're talking about here, okay? So we hit play, okay? And here we go, you know, we have a gun there, we can upgrade it, you know, and we can put another gun here and upgrade, and we can have an energy gun here, you know, and we can upgrade it as well, you know. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, we have, you know, we can upgrade these guns. Whoa, look at that, looks massive, right? And yeah, and oh, we can't upgrade anymore because we don't have any more money, right? That's the thing. We can sell one, right? And maybe, oh no, we don't have more money to upgrade. Oh, but we can upgrade this one. Oh, but we don't have enough money to upgrade that one anyway. All right, yeah, so more or less that. All right, more or less this. This is how it's looking. Yeah, so you can basically sell, upgrade, and create towers. They will shoot the enemies that go through different waypoints that we have here, right? So we have waypoints in our scene. Sorry, what did I do here? Okay, so yeah, so I'm moving around here. All right. Again, these assets are provided for free by the amazing, unique Quaternius. What a lad, Quaternius. I mean, just go to quaternius.com and watch all the assets that he has, you know, like all these Creative Commons assets you can use and anything you want. They are completely free, you know, and you can buy some stuff from him. You know, want to support him, you can buy some of his stuff. It's really amazing. And yeah, so support him, you know, help him out, because really, truly a legend, an absolute legend. He recently uploaded a package that has a massive amount of animations, you know, like humanoid animations for free. Incredible amount of animations. And you can buy, there's one version you can buy. And yeah, you can use it however you want. So, hey, just go there, because it's a unique deal. I mean, you know, in the sense that it's completely free. All right, for anything, you know, it's Creative Commons 0, you know, CC 0. So it means you can use it however you want. These people are incredible, you know, him, Kenny, you know, big kudos to him, big thanks to him, to both of them. And yeah, but in this case, we're using, the background here, it was built by me, it was painted by me. I painted this thing, hand painted it on a Krita, I think the name is. Krita, I think that's the name. Beautiful little software I found, and it was like, oh, nice. And I used it to paint this thing, to hand paint this terrain here. It's basically just a texture on top of on top of this thing. Basically, I copy pasted it around so that we can have, you know, a wider angle there. But yeah, beautiful, very nice. And what else? Well, let me show you some stuff. Okay, let's come to the code. Yeah, I have this test here because I was testing some stuff. I actually It's a problem that I have, that I go into projects when I'm building the engine. I go into projects that I'm usually using. I don't know if it's a problem that I have, but it's certainly something very irresponsible that I do with the projects that I'm building, right? Not with the engine itself, but with the projects. But for the engine, it's actually a responsible thing to do. But for the projects themselves that I'm working, demo of some kind, or like this, I'm working on this. But I just come here, I'm testing something for the engine, and I start, interrupting that project with stuff from the new version of the engine, just test stuff in projects that I'm already using, right? Because I want to know that it works on a working project that I'm, I don't want to build a whole project just to figure out if something works, right? And I want to see if, if it'll work and all that, Shivan's saying, I'm a TypeScript Python programmer. I keep wanting to make a game, but then I remember I need assets and I suck at art. Yeah, that's why incredible people like Quaternius and Kenny are always there to help out. You have some incredible assets they built, like animations and all of these assets that you see here in this game, they're all provided by him, and the towers, everything, all the different stuff. Incredible stuff, truly, and you can just drag and drop it here in the scene, like this, this comes from, GLTF files, for the space environment. Oh, my mouse drags. You know what I'm going to do? Wait a second. I'm going to do something. I'm going to close Chrome, because every time Chrome is open, these things happen and I suffer through it. So I'm going to close Chrome, and now immediately I close Chrome, and we can live again. It's incredible. It's like magic. It's like that. I close Chrome and everything works perfect now. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, let's go back. Yeah. So yeah, I understand you, because it's truly something that has it certainly has stopped me from showing at times things that I want to show in Rogue Engine, things that I want to do. The fact that I'm not an artist and I can't build stuff, like animations and, I mean, I could, but the thing is, I would waste an enormous amount of time to make something look nice. So I depend a lot on these assets by Quaternius, or the assets by Kenny, to do these sorts of things, right? At least you can do a demo. And then the thing is, if you could perfectly fine use these things to make a full game, but also, like, if you want to have like your unique style, I mean, if you have a demo or something to show for yourself, you can then team up with a designer who's really good and wants to, bring in a unique style to your game, and join forces, and build, a great game together, and keep building games from there, sometimes it's about that, right? It's about finding people, interacting with them, and trying to to help each other, to help each other out, and form a coalition there, yeah. So if you or you either used free assets, or you learn how to do it yourself, or you join forces with someone, there are a bunch of designers out there who want to make games and they can't program. So you are the perfect person to join with them, because if you can't design, they certainly want to join up with people who, who can code, and yeah, that's something I think that's a perfect use case for networking and working together, but yeah, let's go. So beautiful assets by just drag and drop them like this, and then they look gorgeous. Look at that. I mean, it looks fantastic, and it's light hitting on that side. There you go. I would say yeah, go quaternius.com or kenny.nl. Kenny, that would be right. Kenny, like that, with an EL, not with an EY, sorry, EY.nl, yeah. I think it's, because I think it's from the Netherlands. But yeah, beautiful stuff. Thank you so much to Quaternius, in this case, for the assets, beautiful assets. And well, the spaceship game, also the spaceships, all built by Quaternions. They're spaceships. I mean, it has great stuff actually. But yeah, let's keep building a tower defense. So the thing about this is that we do have a problem with one of the assets though, which is something that, okay, we're gonna have to resolve. I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. I'm trying to. It's usually my my eyelashes. They get loose and they want to get into my eye, and it's a mess. And you know, yeah. Every time this happens, my wife tells me, you know, that's what you get for getting nice eyelashes, you know. And you know, if you have naturally pretty eyelashes, then you get them to stick inside your eye, and you know, you have to pay the toll. She says, you know, and I go like, you know, I don't care about the eyelashes. I just don't want it to be stuck in my eye. That's all I want, please. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. Shivan asking, which course do you recommend for learn THREE.JS, or can you learn just by reading the docs? If you're a web developer already, I say you can start like trying to build some stuff, looking at examples. And I think if you watch the videos that I've made, mostly the Flappy Bird and the two most important ones I would say are the Flappy Bird and the third person controller one. And then maybe go watch this series as I've been building this stuff, you know, and how I've been creating this. And you know, you'll find some interesting stuff there. There's another one that I've shown as well. There's another video how to pick objects in the scene and things like that. That can help you a lot as well. Also watching the videos from Marky. Kudos to Marky there. Shout out to Marky, incredible. Mark Varnstone. Yeah, go follow him there on all his socials. Incredible videos. If you watch the videos, some videos by him in the docs that I put in the docs because they're really useful. And yeah, they show you how to move around the editor and stuff like that. But honestly, I would say that being a developer already, I think you're like halfway there probably, you know. So if you just watch those videos, I think you'll be like ready to get inspired and start doing stuff. And then that paired with the docs would get you pretty far. Then if you have doubts and you want to like, okay, I definitely feel like I have, you know, like a skill issue thing here. Then I would say you have Bruno Simon, which has the THREE.JS journey course, and then you have Simon. I don't remember Simon Dev, incredible dev. Wow, Simon Dev is just top notch, I think, right? If you go into YouTube, you can find Simon Dev. I'm sorry, my eyelash is still bothering me. I'm still going with it. If you find Simon Dev there on YouTube, you'll find some incredible videos by him. I mean, some of the best THREE.JS videos there. He makes clones of stuff, and he makes, you know, he built this incredible infinite terrain thing. Oh, my eyelash is killing me, my fucking god. And it's still there. I can see it. I can see it right there, hanging there in front of my eye. Stop it, eyelash. I'm gonna use this as a mirror. Okay. Is it gone? Is it gone? Is it gone? I think it's gone. I don't know. Oh my god. I don't know if it's gone. Yeah. I think I'm fine now. But my eye is all stretched. You know? Yeah, my eye looks weird, doesn't it? What's happened to my eye? Yeah, my eye looks like it's been, I don't know, had a problem. Let's hope I don't have something in my eye. Whoa. Yeah, who knows? Well, as long as it doesn't bother me, I'm gonna be okay. But yeah, let's hope it goes away. Woo. Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep building. Let's try to build something cool here. Okay, I'm sorry. Urgh. All right. Let's go. Let's keep going. All right. So how does this work? Since we have some new people here, I'm going to go through very quickly on how this works. Okay, we have our yeah, before I go into the problem that we have, I'm just going to tell you how this works. We have in the main here, in the scene, right, in the main scene, which is the only scene we have actually right now. But yeah, here we have the config, the rapier config. This is just to set up the physics. So when you want to like build physics, you know, use physics in your game, and you use the rapier physics package, right, which you can find in the marketplace. Here you see I click here, you know, and then open the marketplace, and here you'll find, you know, the rapier physics package. You know, you can look for it, you know, as a rapier like that, you know, and you'll find it there and just install. And yeah, and you can install the rapier physics package, that will provide you the rapier config component and all the physics components that you will need, right? This is a test that I did. I shouldn't have this here, right? Yeah, this shouldn't be here. Oh my god, it shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be here. Why is it there? It shouldn't be there. Why is it there? Why do I do this? Okay, let's remove this, and let's remove this. Yeah. Let's remove that, because those stuff that shouldn't be there. Why is it there? I just, you know, creating noise, just creating noise. It's, you know, just noise, just to bother you. You know, I don't want to bother you, you see. Keep bothering you. We have the rapier config. We have a game logic component. This one is the one we built, and then we have these UI components that we also built based on the one that you'll find in the Flappy Bird video. In the Flappy Bird video, I show how to make like UI with HTML, and you'll find that there like a UI component. Basically, this same UI component that we have here, this one here, which is very simple, right? All it does is in the awake. I don't know if you're familiar with Unity, but in Unity, you have this awake start, all that. Well, it's the same, right? We have awake start, before update, after update, same thing, you know. And the awake is like the object starts, there's no resources, nothing yet ready or anything. So, but we have no resources here other than, you know, our URL. So it's fine, you know, we don't have to load anything. It's just a string that is saved there. It's telling us, okay, where is this thing? So we get the static path for the file, we wait for it, we fetch it, right, which is fetching the file. The static path is the path we have to the static folder, right, which is right here. Where is it? Here, right? This is the static folder, right? And you can find your stuff there in the static folder, right? It's get static path, use a URL, like in this case, you can see in the game here, we have UI tower base.html and UI tower.html. Those are the paths that we're using, right? You see, it's just the name of the file because we're actually getting stuff that is right there in the root of the static path, right? So on the static folder, the static folder is copy pasted in your build, right? So in your build, you'll have like the static folder pasted directly in your build. So and this get static path will work both on in the editor, right, while you're building, and in the build, right, when it's built. So it's a consistent way to always receive the exact path to the static folder. So yeah, re that gets static path is what we use there. And yeah, you fetch that file and you get the text for that file. You put it in the inner HTML here, right, and the container, we created this div container here, right, in the properties, and that's all it's doing, really, basically just copy pasting your own HTML into the, you know, putting it in the yeah, getting the text and inserting it in your div container. And yeah, and you can, in this case, for instance, it's just making sure that we're we're focused there when we click. And what else are we doing? Yeah, we're making sure that we this thing here, this is when we stop in the editor, right? So sometimes for these sort of packages, I think I explained this in the Flappy Bird one, but this is mostly for editor tooling. When we do this, to make sure that when we stop, we remove the listener to the pointer down. If you're web dev, I'm sure you're familiar with this, the event listeners, right? So we have to make sure we clean up the event listeners. So when we stop the player, okay, we just remove the event listener so it doesn't come bother us, that kind of stuff. So it doesn't remain there, we can always clean it up. And yeah, that's all it's really doing. We have the show and hide method. And then what we do is every Windows specific UI interface that we have, we simply extend from UI component, right? Like in this case, UI tower base, right? And all we do is we have our, in this case, we have a gun button, right? Which is an HTML element and all that. So we're not really using this anymore, actually. I don't know, we even have this here, right? We're not using it anymore, I think. Yeah, no, we're not using it anymore. Yeah, we decided against that last time we worked on this. And what we're doing is getting the button, right? Getting the value label and all that, so we actually do the whole thing of getting the stuff within the HTML, right? That we have already set with our values and all that, this is our HTML and our CSS that we're loading into a code. And yeah, we're getting, the gun button, the cannon button, all these things, and like in this case, if you have like the upgrade button, the sell button, we get them by the ID. So that is, 1-1 and very fast. And yeah, that's more or less what we're doing. It's very, very simple. You see, we're simply setting some colors and some stuff when something happens. So that's the UI stuff that we're basically doing within the game logic. And what else are we doing here? All right, let me show you the yeah, these are the UI stuff. But yeah, let's go into the game logic. So you can see the important, the interesting part here, what we're doing. So we have our own HP, right? Let's look at these things, right? These decorators are simply setting, creating a nice editor for us there in the, a nice field for us in the editor, in the component in the editor, right? So you have this HP field here, right? That you can edit. You can set your HP, you can set your current HP. You can monitor your current HP actually, because this is going to be modifying itself. This is the maximum HP we can have, and this is the current HP we have right now. And this is always going to be start at the HP level, right? And then we have the currency that we have. In this case, yeah, we like here, we've set it to 1000 default. We can modify it here however we want. We're just getting a bunch of it so we can set a few towers. And the spawn rate that we have and all that. So we're setting a few values here, basically, a few lists of waypoints. Some of these we have set up in temporarily, at least, like current wave and the base towers. Well, the base tower is okay, but the current wave, mostly to have a way of defining a wave of enemies to bring in and test different things, dynamically. So we can, set the enemies there and then decide how we attack, basically how many enemies we bring in, which kinds of enemies and all that, just to test our towers, basically. And yeah, the spawn time, right? And the UI tower base. This is this is require, right? Requiring means that we are getting the UI tower base within this component. So we're requiring this component, right, within this component, right? So we're requiring the UI tower base component within our game logic component, right? So we're saying we're telling the engine that, hey, we actually want to use this component within our component. So hey, bring it in. Make sure you fetch it for us so that we don't have to fetch it ourselves. So basically, it's just a lazy way of saying, instead of saying get component, require it instantly so you get it. So it's going to get us the instance of this one here. You see the UI tower base, and the other one's getting the UI tower, the instance of the UI tower. So here you have them both, right? And you have, if they're there, they will be here. So you can use them as this.UI tower base, this.UI tower, and yeah, we have set the values of our towers in a static variable here, right? We have our bases that we can track, and the selected base, the one that we are actually selecting right at that time to to do an upgrade, to do something, to show a menu, right? So this is, when we select a tower, we're showing a menu. This is, I don't want to go, all the way back to what we did at the very beginning right now, because otherwise we're going to be here for a while. But yeah, more or less, you have the, for each one of the menus, the UI tower base, we're setting the different callbacks that we've said, callbacks, event handlers, right? The on select tower, which is when we click on the tower. Okay, what happens when we select the tower? And you see that one is defined on select tower. We defined it here, and we call it every time when we the moment we hit it is when we click on it, we'll hit the on select, we'll call on select tower. So you see, that's more or less the logic of what we're doing here. We're simply calling using HTML events to call different things within the editor here, right? We're doing it in the start, so that, this is defined after, all the UI is already set up in a wake. Wake sets up the UI. Starts, we set up all the events and all those things we have on the game logic. And then then we have the update, where we, in this case, this is the new stuff that I'm going to show you now. Because the other day I did it wrong. So I remember, this is how you do it. This is I was modifying the the device pixel ratio. It's like, then I thought, what am I doing? This is the way you do it. I'm going to show you now what I did here, and just so you know a strategy you have. Although I have something for this for the next version that I'd like to hear your thoughts about then. But yeah, then we are shooting the wave, and spawning the wave, the first wave of enemies. We simply go in there and saying, okay, spawn rate, what is, checking if the spawn time is greater than the spawn rate, and going in and spawning new enemies every time, and filling in the blanks with re.runtime.delta time. This is the time it took for since between frames. So yeah, we're just adding up to the spawn time and coming back in like that. That's what we're doing. This is happening every frame with the update, right? And then we have the select, that is simply doing the selection, right? Every time we do view select, we click on something, it's telling us whether we are selecting the a tower or not, right? RE input get down, right? And then we send the what have we pressed in that exact frame, right? And in this case, is the input called view select, right? View.select. That is a predefined input. That is simply the click of the mouse or the touch in the screen. So you have that. That is very useful. And then you can use pick, right? Which is exactly that. Is taking in whatever your cursor or your finger is, and it's going exactly there to get the exact point where you're pointing at, right? And saying, okay, this is it, and what's right below your finger or your mouse cursor. So very simple, right? So you get whatever selected there, and you do whatever you want with that. In this case, we're simply selecting. We're discriminating between what we have. We're selecting a base that has a tower in it, or a base that is empty. So if the base is empty, we actually want to build a new tower in it. If the base has a tower, we want to either upgrade it or sell it, right? So we show the tower menu or the base menu, all right? So that's the discrimination we're doing. That's pretty much it, really. we have the score function as well, right? Whenever an enemy crosses, gets to the last waypoint, which is, that's an important thing about this, right? They're going through different waypoints, right? The enemies. So they find the next waypoint, right? These minions here, they have all the waypoints. This is the other class that we have, the other component that we have. Our minions are going through every waypoint. They have a list of waypoints, and they're going through them each one at a time. What they're doing is they're rotating towards that waypoint, right? And they're moving straight. That's all they're doing. We're just rotating them and moving them towards the next waypoint. So what we have here in the scene is just a series of waypoints. You see, they're set at 0, 0, 0. The parent, right? It's a parent group is at 0, 0, 0. So you're always consistent with the whole scene. And we have this one that's there, right? They start here, right? And they will end here, right? But in the middle there, we'll have, so you have the first one, then the next one here, and they will turn it towards this one, right? So they'll face the next one, and they come here, and then they'll face the next one that's here, and they'll come right here, and then they'll face. So we can set the waypoints whenever we want them to rotate. That's more or less what we did. It's very, it's a clever way of doing it without doing an A star or something like that. It can get fairly complicated, and we don't want to complicate things over too much. We just want to create a very simple waypoint system. We may want to probably add some randomness so that they don't go exactly in that place. We can superpose them a bit. Make them go, one coming in a bit, further up or down, something like that. It would be pretty cool as well. So, we have some chance of maybe hitting them more or less, them being a bit dodgy at times. But that's more or less what we're doing. But let me know if you got all of that. I'm sorry, it was a lot. I was a lot of stuff. But let's drink a mate because my throat's not gonna. This is not gonna forgive me. Okay, but we just did pretty much a very fast run through the stuff that we've been working on. But if you got all that, hit the like button there. Help me out. Give me a follow there. If you're on Twitch, give me a follow. Help me out with a follow there. I really need to grow on Twitch. It's terrible. Twitch hates me. Twitch hates me. I'm gonna say that again. Twitch hates me. Twitch, please give me some love. Twitch, please. Twitch, give me some love. And it's not that YouTube loves me that much, but Twitch. Oh my God, Twitch. Please, Twitch. Come on. It's too much, Twitch. Oh, she even said something before, right? Said, thanks a lot for your answer. My daughter just woke up. Have to go to attend to the... Oh, right, Shivan. So, I was just explaining all these things to Shivan, and Shivan wasn't here because I didn't read. Should have read that. Didn't see. I saw it's still there, I think, but I didn't see the other comments. So, too bad. Okay, just went through the whole thing anyway. So, Shivan, if you're watching this after the fact... This is it. I just did a whole run through the project. But hopefully someone else was there and saw the whole thing, everything we've been doing and more or less how it works. The tower defense is fairly simple, right? It's not that complicated. It's just, we're putting things together around, It's just moving things around, knowing when to put them together. It's just say, if you know more or less what you're doing, it's not too hard, really. It's fairly simple stuff. So let's go and look at a problem that we have. We have a bit of a problem with one of these meshes. Some of these meshes have problems. Some of our enemies. I've been trying to make the perfect enemy that works, but look at them. They don't have the bottom part right there. See? They're missing the bottom part. I've been trying to make it work. But these meshes that have like the materials in the they have multiple materials. Avoid them like the plague. because if you start adding like additional materials, sometimes they break, like the mesh, something in the mesh breaks. I don't know what it is. I don't know why that is. It usually happens with the FBX files. So in this case, Quaternius provides us with also the GLTF files. The problem is that the GLTF files, in this case for the flying one, it doesn't have the in this case, look at this. It's missing the other arm, right? It's missing the other arm. So it's like, oh no, we don't have an arm. We're missing an arm, right? And I was looking for the other arm, but we don't have it. So yeah, we kind of messed up with that. You know, we can't do much. But see, every one of these has a material by itself, you know, and this is exactly what we want. So yeah, what we're going to do is we need to go into Blender. We want it with we need to get the blend files, right? He provides all the blend files, so we can actually go use the blend files for this, or we can, you know, just get the FBX one and go get in them, go set them up in Blender. But yeah, we'll need to go into Blender and modify it, because honestly, I don't know what this is, just broken, very, very broken, and there's no way that I can see to fix the mesh. Oh, you fucking new is saying, did you check the face orientation? Yeah, I checked the face orientation, but the problem is that it breaks. Look, if I bring them up, if I bring them in, I can't delete them, because they probably break. You know, the mesh probably breaks. I've never seen it before. But yeah, it's happening with this particular mesh. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of compatibility issues, something going on there. But if you change the materials of that mesh, it'll break. So yeah, just whenever you can, use GLTF, and yeah, it's GLTF is your friend. Use GLTF. I says that looks like a non-applied modifier. Yeah, definitely. It doesn't have the mirror modifier applied. Oh wait, did you mean with this maybe you meant with this one that is not showing the other side. Maybe that's what you mean. Let's see this. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Okay, so this is, yeah, but this is like, this should be like both arms, right? This should be like both arms. It's double side. Sides is double side, right? So yeah, so we should be seeing, like, if we had both arms in one of these. Also, it would be strange to have both arms in one of these. Well, no, not actually. No. I'm just saying, I'm just talking out of my arse. But yeah, the sphere itself, yeah, this is the sphere itself. So yeah, no. So yeah, we need to go into Blender and bring them back in. Yeah, probably apply the mirror modifier as Hugh Funky New is saying it very correctly there. Absolutely. And there's the sell them all on Discord. I'll take a quick look at it. Oh, you can download it from the Quaternius.com, and you'll find the sci-fi. It's a sci-fi pack. You can find them there, and you know, I downloaded it from there, so you can get like all the models, you know, from that package. This one is this is the package itself. In fact, this is the whole the whole thing I just brought in here. It's the enemy flying FBX. That's the one I'm using here. But you can get it from there if you want. If you want to give it a go. But I know I did it before. I know I went into Blender with it before, and I did a few modifications, and I think it worked because I used them in the multiplayer game I did. So I'm fairly sure that should work. But I don't know. I don't know. If you want to check it out, yeah, it's just yeah, I recommend go into Quaternius.com. It's the sci-fi pack, the sci-fi pack that has the robots. You'll find them there. You'll see them there because the miniature there, the thumbnail, has the robots there. You'll see this robot here, and all the robots there. They're very nice looking. There's one that's so nice. That looks like it looks like some kind of samurai robot thing, ninja robot or something. It's so great. That will make an incredible game, definitely. Like, you know, that game that you just want to have time to, you know, tackle and do stuff with, you know, because it's so good. It's so good. I really need to. I really need to sit down one day, just try to do something with that robot, because it's inspiring. It looks nice. It looks like this ninja ball. It's so cool. Probably fighting these other robots there. It would be so cool. Yeah, but yeah, more or less that's the problem we have with this mesh. That's the problem, I guess. But yes, that's something we did, and we need to fix, and we need to do all that with it. Yeah, so stuff. And yeah, let's delete this, because this is also this is also no part of our project. It's also part of the tests that I've been doing. So I'm sorry. I've been I shouldn't be just dropping stuff into our project to test things like a crazy man. But yeah, I just, you know, sometimes just test stuff here. I'm very sorry. But yeah, okay, so what else do we need to do? But yeah, thank you Hugh from King Knew It for the help there. If you want to check it out, that would be great. But yeah, let's look at this thing. Let's check it out. Okay, so what else do we have? We have, oh right, yeah, that's the other thing, right? We have all the towers here. Oh, here we go. Oh, I removed the other one. I removed the good one. Did I remove a good one? Yeah, I did. I'm an idiot. Okay, I removed I removed a useful one. I removed one that I should have kept. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. I think I did. Yeah. Okay, so I need to, yeah, which one is it? So this one is this one here. Upward 2 is this one here, right? Yeah, so this one here, yeah, this is the other one. This is the most, this should be like the powerful one, like the massive one. Okay, supposedly, right? Yeah, so let's remove this. There you go. This should be a bit bigger, shouldn't it? Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Let's bring, because right now what we have, okay, no, first, before we do this, right, sorry, before we do this, well, let's set the materials of this one, so we have it already here. Let's set the materials. See, this ones, for instance, this ones work. This have no problem. Like, they have multiple materials and they have no problem, but the other ones, they break for some reason. So I think, you know, I thought first, okay, maybe we have a bug here in Rogue Engine, but it would be a bug with the multiple materials, right? But this mesh has no problem. Like, this mesh has absolutely no problem. So I think it's a problem with the mesh, because otherwise all the other meshes that have multiple materials, they wouldn't work either. So yeah, I don't know what it is, really. I really don't know what it is. There's definitely a problem there. So I will get it in Blender. I get the blend file. I think it has the blend files there, because I don't have the blend files myself, but because I didn't download the blend files. But you can download the blend files. He brings the blend files. You can export its GLTF, right? So export its GLTF and try it out in Rogue Engine and see if it works for you. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do anyway. So if you want to try it out, if you want to give it a go, that would be awesome. And yeah, let's fix this thing here. Okay, let's add the materials. Oh yeah, the materials are, where did I put the material? Oh, here, I put the materials here, right? So we have the dark, and we have the light, and this one else here as well. We have the light, and we have the dark. There you go. And here as well, we have the light, and we have the dark. There you go. Something else I like doing here, as you well know me, is let's make this smaller. The base, no, this one 100. Yeah, because this is inverted, remember. So yeah, we need to kind of use that. Oh no, that's the base. Is that the base? Oh, this is mid. Okay, this is mid. Oh, so yeah, no, not this one then. This one's okay. What we need is the base. Yeah, the base. Because we either remove it, right, or we do something else. But since the base is kind of like intertwined there, we're just gonna make it smaller. You see, just make it 50 and 50. Because remember that our base is the other base, right? So we don't want it to interfere with our other base. So let's do that with this one as well. Yeah, this is the base here as well. You do 50, 50. There you go. Whoa, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, there you go. I submerged. Again, if you're just joining in now, I'm not partaking in Ludum there. As always, I don't take part in game jams, because if you need help with game jam, I am part of your team, okay? In the sense that I'm not going to take any credit. I'm just going to help you out, okay? So let me know if you're joining any game jam, okay? And consider me part of your consider me active part of your team. I'll help you out. We'll do some cool stuff, okay? If you need any sort of help, I'm there for you. You have the 48 hours, and you have the 72 hours, and you have the 3-week one that you can do. So it's today and tomorrow. So yeah, go ahead and do something. It's the theme is depth, I think I saw. So yeah, go ahead and give it a go. Well, let me know if you're giving it a go, you know, at least. Yeah, of course, if you build anything, right, just let me know. Even if you don't ask for any help, let me know. Hey, I built this, you know, showcase it in the Rogue Engine Discord. We should make this one bigger, right? We should make this one, it should be like, let's look at the other ones we have, right? Because let's look at the bigger ones we have, like gun 3. Oh yeah, they need to be much bigger, right? Let's get good gun 1, gun 2, and gun 3, right? We need to look at them. Gun 1, gun 2. Where's gun 1? Oh, we called it tower. I remember that. This is the first one. This is the first one we built. You can tell because it's called tower. Gun 1, gun 2. Here it is. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other one that's massive. You know, like powerful tower thing. You know. And yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, this one needs to be bigger, doesn't it? This one needs to be bigger, I think. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I like it. I like it. I think it's nice. I think it's cool. It's fine. So this ones need to be bigger. So this one is going to be, what's it going to be? 3? 3? No, too big. 3? No, 2. I mean 2. 2. No, I think it's too big, right? Maybe too big. Isn't it? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I like it. I'm okay with this. Just look at it from, you know, right beside this one. It's okay, right? For the first one, level 1. Level 1, it's okay. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Level 2. Let's say 2. 2. And 2. Probably too tall. Probably too tall. Maybe we should make this one a bit shorter, you know. So maybe this one is like 15. We can make it shorter and it looks good. You see, we can make it a bit. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad if we just shorten it. You know, I mean, it's disproportionate, but hey, it works good. It doesn't look bad at all. Yeah, that's fine. So we can also do that to this one, right? Just do 2 and 2. No, this would be 15, right? That doesn't look good at all. No. 2. No, yeah. Oh, by the way, did we do with the other? Yeah. We need to do this one too. Yeah. Let's see, 15. No. We need it to be something like 18, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's better, right? Yeah. That's much better, lah. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, that looks kind of powerful, doesn't it? Looks powerful enough, right? Looks powerful enough. Looks like you can do some damage. Right? It's gonna shoot a missile, some kind of bomb upwards, some kind of missile, and it's like a missile launcher kind of thing. And yeah. Let's do that. Alright, I like this. It's going to be some sort of a missile launcher, which is going to shoot a missile up and then follow the enemy or something like that. We're going to do that. Make it very simple. And yes, probably what we're going to do. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know yet. But the idea is that, well, we should probably do it like area damage. So I don't know if it should follow an enemy and like shoot all of everything around it, like do damage around it, or should like pick a target and then shoot in the place where the target was when it picked the target. You see, I don't know where it should go. Maybe for now we're gonna try both. We're gonna try both and we're gonna see. Okay, but for now we're gonna start with the follow one because we have something for it already. Hugh Funky Knowing asking, where's the blend file? I think you should have it there in the I think, well, usually he has the blend files there in the he has like these Google folders, right? Where you download the things. So if you want to like if you want to get the, there should be where is it? What's the name? When you go in there and hit download, right? It takes you to the download page. It should have the blend files there, I think. If it doesn't have the blend files, then I guess using the FBX is just as good, right? Or even GLTF, right? The GLTF. If you just bring the GLTF, test them both out and see how, because maybe the GLTF file, maybe you know, it has the ARM or something. I don't really know what happened there. Yeah, I may ask the lad if he has, you know, any idea there what happened with the arms of the GLTF files. I'm gonna tell him, hey, this is missing an arm. I'm gonna tell him. Yeah. Basically, that's that, right? But I like this. I think they look nice. They look pretty cool. Yes, I like them. Okay, let's take this off here, and yeah, and let's bring in these other ones, because now we also have the laser tower, right? The laser tower, and then we have laser tower. This is laser tower. Then we have laser tower 2 and laser tower 3. Okay, and these 3 here. The problem we have with these is that we haven't set. Yeah, we don't have the projectile for them. The projectile set correctly. Yeah, this doesn't have a projectile, right? This has a beam that is already preset. So we need to set the beam for all these other ones, right? So we're going to set the beam. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to set the beam. Set the beam. We're going to need to figure out how we do the beam with this one that has like 4 things in it, right? Maybe we do like a 4 beams that join and create one, right? Something like that. In order not to make a mess. Let's do 1, and then we do the UI stuff around the 1 beam. Because otherwise, like, you know, 4 beams shooting like that, it's going to be a mess in the screen. Maybe like 4 light sources, you know, I don't know, something like that. We'll see. For now, we have this thing here. Where is it? Here. Okay, here we go. There we go. So this is the beam. No, where's the beam? Oh, here, the barrel and the beam. There you go. So here's our beam, and all we're doing, right? All we're doing is just this little thing here that we're just showing, like, you know, flashing, and then, you know, we can expand its size, and that's all we're really doing. We're just flashing this thing here, you know, and that's all we're really doing with the beam. So yeah, we're gonna do exactly the same. We're just gonna bring the beam in. But yeah, we're just gonna bring the beam in. So we're gonna grab these other barrels, and so we're gonna copy this beam. We're gonna come into the other barrels. Oh, we also need to do, right, that's another thing, right? Because we created an articulation that makes this thing rotate. So we're probably going to have to do the same with these. Right, we're going to have to use the articulation to make them rotate. Because otherwise it looks super weird when it's shooting the beam. So let's do that with this one too. Yeah. Let's see how we did it here. What do? We have the beam, the barrel, and the up-down articulation here. You see? We have this object set. So we're going to do that with these, okay? Remember, we have this in the gun itself, right? We have the barrel, we set it there. And in the case of this one here, right, we have the gun, right? And here we have the barrel. So we're going to grab our barrel and we're going to bring it into the gun, right? There we go. And we're going to paste our beam there. You see? There you go. We pasted the beam. So we have a beam. We have a beam and we have a barrel. And now the same thing on the tower 3. We're going to grab the gun, right? I know, can you see, right? You can see, right? Yeah, you can see, Yeah. My head, it's right on top of my head there. That's the problem we have. So yeah, we're going to grab the barrel. We're going to bring it into the gun. And we're going to paste the beam there. There you go. Yeah, you see how the barrel is right there in the middle? Because we are kind of like shooting from the center there, like all the forces are joining there and going. We should probably make all of these like shoot in the middle here and shoot the beam from there, something like that, to make it one beam and not, you know, all of these beams. It will look super weird. I don't know. We'll see. For now, we'll just have this beam from there, and that's it. Probably move it forward a little bit, just a little bit. Move the barrel a little bit forward. There you go. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we're gonna have to rotate this thing anyway, and that's the thing, right? That's the other thing. So that's the other thing. We have to see how thing is set up. It has the projectile. Sorry, projectile is on set, so no projectile. Right, we have the barrel set, perfect, right, and the beam. So instead of projectile, we have a beam. And then the cannon base, which is we set the up-down articulation. We set the cannon base. You see, like in this case, it was sorry. Yeah, we set a group. We created a group. Oh, okay, I remember now. Yeah, because the thing is rotated, the lookout doesn't work correctly. So we have to actually set the gun inside a group. That will actually help us get things working. Okay, so we're gonna do that for each one of these. So we're gonna come here to the laser gun 2. We're gonna add a group. Okay, so that it's zeroed out there where it should be, like in the gun itself. Okay, we're gonna bring it out of the group. Okay, we're gonna bring it out. In fact, we're just gonna make it like a parent, like a sibling of the object itself here, so that we can also set it to, you know, set the size to 1 1 1. I much rather have these groups be always, you know, if you can have these groups be 1 1 1, it's much better. It's gonna help you out a lot if you need to move things around. So let's do that, and let's bring it in here. Where is the other one? Sorry, the other one is it inside the group? Yeah, it's inside the group. Yeah, it's a child. It's a child of the other one there. Yeah. So that, yeah, we're just gonna call it. We're gonna cannon base. gun base. Let's call it gun base. Let's call it like that. Yeah, I don't like that name because see, there's a gun base thing already here, but I don't know. It's the base, is the axis. It's not really the base, but we call it that and the other one. So yeah, let's call it that for now. Call the wrong name. And just bring the laser gun and make it a child of the gun base thing here. So this is just the axis, right? So now we can, you know, this rotates. You see? There you go. So we can rotate that. And this has the proper, if you check this, if you see this, right? The, let me show you with this. I think it's more noticeable this way. Because when you have the local one, you see that the Z is upwards here, right? And in this one, well, in the global, the Z will be in the correct place. But yeah, basically, that was the problem. Oh, no. Sorry. No. Yeah. We have to reset. Yeah, we have to reset the position, the rotation. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was... So we need to reset. So glad I was explaining it. Otherwise, I would be like, why doesn't it work? But yeah, we need to reset the rotation. We brought it back to being a child of the laser gun thing here. And now that is not rotated, right? So we set it zero out the rotation. And now we bring in the gun inside this, right? Is my audio working? Yeah, we need to reset the... I can't believe the audio is still working. Wow. Usually the audio will be broken by now. So I'm glad. I'm happy it's still working. Okay. Yeah. So we have the gun base. We have the beam. Beautiful. Yeah. This should work now. Yeah. You see the Y? You see? The Y is set correctly there. You see? Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? And here, the Z is the up. Because it's rotated, right? But we want this to be, you know, look at, you know, it's going to look at here, you know, the Z plus Z. So that's what we need to do. Yeah, we have a bunch of things here to do, but I think this will work fine. Yeah, this is the beam and this is the barrel. Okay, so beam geometries. What is this? Oh, the geometries of the beam. Okay, yeah. All right. So what we're going to do here now is we're simply going to come in here now. Okay. And we're going to say that we're going to grab the beam. Okay, we come into the parent object like the laser tower 2. We bring the beam in the beam field of the shooting tower component. We're going to remove the projectile. We don't need a projectile, just like the other one, right? We're just imitating what we did with the other one. And we're going to bring in the gun base here as the up and down articulation so that it moves this way. Now it's to look at an enemy. Yeah, if it has an up down articulation, it'll use it. It'll do up down. Yeah, it's like an optional thing we can do with our towers. So that's a good thing. That's a nice thing to answer, right? Yeah. So, you know, we have like a way to look at the enemy this way, and then we have a way to look at the enemy up and down with whichever rotation thing we have. Okay. So we did it with this tower, we did it with this one, and now we need to do it with tower 3. Yeah, so we're going to do that now. We're just going to add a group here. We're gonna bring it outside. We're gonna make it a child of the gun tower 3. We're gonna zero out the rotation, call it gun base. There you go. Same thing as always, you know, just make it a child of group here. Bring the laser thing here. Okay, yeah, there you go. Wait, no. Let's change the positioning. Yeah, I want to change it. Yeah. Sorry, let's change the scale. Let's make the scale 1:1:1. I remember that. I didn't do that. Yeah, there you go. So now we bring it back in. Okay, let's bring it back in. And now we make the gun base a child of it. And you see it has the Y correctly set as the up. There you go. There you go. And now we come into the tower here. Remove the projectile. We bring in the beam. and set the up down articulation. There you go. There you go. I think that will work just fine. Yeah, that'll be a beautiful thing that we'll be doing now. It'll be working perfectly. It'll be just amazing. So hey, let's bring them in. Let's bring them in. Let's save our prefabs. Okay, let's save this one, tower 2, and laser tower 1, this one. Okay, so let's save them all just in case. There you go. We don't oh, what did I do? Yeah, we don't need them anymore here, so let's remove them. We'll set up these ones later after we see that the new ones work. We're just gonna test these ones now. Okay, we're just gonna test these ones. Oh, what did I do? Yeah, there. We're just gonna test these ones now. We're gonna see if they work. We're gonna see if everything's doing fine. There you go. I think this will work. Let's not shoot it. And let's remove it. Let's go to this one. Let's look at the beam. Where is it? No, yeah. Let's bring it here. Yeah. Yeah, let's look at this beam. Yeah, it's the inner group. 0.3. Let's make it 0.5. Let's make it 0.5. This one needs to be massive, right? Powerful beam. It just shoots you and damages you very badly. And this one is going to be, right, maybe 1.1, right, something like that. And yeah, same firing rate, 0.5, right? Maybe you make it a bit shorter, 0.4, something like that. So it's sure, you know, it's a bit shorter, you know, the flashes. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, let's bring it here. So it's, you know, let's test it out. Let's test it out. We don't really need to be too. I mean, there's nothing tying us up to anything so far, you know. So we're okay. Let's try it out. Energy. Upgrade. There you go. Looks good, doesn't it? Looks nice. I like it. I'm happy with it. Upgrade. There you go. Whoa. Upgrade. Oh yeah. I like it. I'd make the beam bigger, honestly. Pro Laser 2 is fine. Pro Laser 3, I like to make the beam like look way bigger. Like, I don't know. Yeah, let's make the beam bigger. Let's make it bigger beams. Beam, just powerful beam. Yeah. 6, 7 or something like that. Yeah, it's a massive beam. Let's make the beam shoot like a beam destroyer beam. Yeah. We can get away with not using the barrels. I think, I don't know. Let's just shoot here. Yeah, let's put it there. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Move. There you go. There you go. There's beam. Upgrade. Yeah. There you go. All right. Yeah, I like this. I like it. I think it's good. Looks nice. We have a different tower. We have, you know, all of them working. They all look nice. Oh, Hugh Funking New is saying why what, mate? Always coming here with this one liners, you know, one words. Why where why what when? I love this guy. He's funny guy. Probably one of the best names in all Twitch. Definitely. My matters get, you know, if I work a bit and I don't drink my mate, you know, it gets cold. So, you know, have to remind me to drink more. Oh my god, I dropped some on my computer. You don't want that one. No. Oh yes. So now we can finally do our other towers. We can start working on our big massive towers. We can start working on our towers that do damage. And yeah. Do you want to work in the towers that do damage, area damage? I like to do area damage. Yeah, we want to like shoot a missile, and the missile like boom explodes and makes a lot of damage. That'll be very nice. I like that. Like a massive missile that just kills everything around it. Yeah, we want that, right? We want the missile, powerful missile. We could use some particles for it. We could use like a mix of mesh and particles. Probably. Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, like that. Yeah. I could be into that. Yeah. Yeah. But as always, like if we want to make this more performant, more performant in general, as always, atlas map. I would atlas map everything. This is all plain colors, so making an atlas map for all these should be so simple. Only the thing is we have to bring all the models into Blender, and at least you know, separate, like having an enemy atlas map if you want. And I mean, for this you can have an atlas map for all of the game, honestly, and you can have everything in like 1 or 2 draw calls in that sense, you know. Well, you will still have the draw calls for all the different meshes, but at least for the what texture wise, you have one draw call, right? It's just one draw call texture, that's it. And you don't have like one draw call for each texture, you know. It's that, you know, if you have one atlas, that's it. So it's very useful. It's super cool. And yeah, unless you have something that's, you know, very specific, but in this case we have all these you know, plain colors. I mean, you could put everything in a, well, it would be 2 draw calls because this is texture, like the environment texture, right? The floor texture, that's one texture, so it would be 2 draw calls, right? It's so I think that works well. I mean, having 2, 3, 5, 8, 10 draw calls even, right? It's fine. But having like 1 draw call for each object that you add, like you know, 3 draw calls, 5 draw calls for each object that you add, because you have 5 materials that have 5 different things in it. No, that's just, that kills performance immediately. You start adding stuff to your game, you have a bottleneck. You have something that's just no. So yeah, always use atlas maps if you can, you know. And as always, I like the guy Invencia on YouTube. He handles that very well. He has this palette you can get from him. He has this palette that you know, for his community. You can get his palette for free and just use it, and you can use it in your you know, in your models and stuff like that. So if you build, like if you make this little you know, low poly models, I know I've tried. I know I've built a few. They don't look as good as Quaternius or as a real 3D artist. You know, I'm not a real 3D artist. I am not a real 3D artist. I'm a fake one. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So we're gonna start working on our yeah, let me know if you funky knew it. Let me know what's the why there, and if you could find the blend file and the stuff there. And yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a little bit of a toilet break. Okay, I'm gonna go to the toilet because I've been drinking too much of these. And look how pretty the mat is. Look at pretty Discord is. Look how pretty it is. You know, beautiful. It has the Uruguayan flag there. You know, it's an artisan. Some artisans built it. You know, very nice. You know, it has this skull there. See that? How cool is that, eh? Has this coin there, all these coins around. Beautiful, beautiful work. Beautiful artisan work. Beautiful stuff. You know, all these little, you know, diamond-looking things. Not diamonds at all, but they look nice. They look nice. And yeah, let's reconvene in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'm gonna release the valve, and I'm gonna be back. All right, I'll be back. I'm back. Has everyone left? Sorry, if there was no one there, who could have left, right? That's a good question. Did anyone left if there was nobody there? No. I'm saying it wrong. Did anyone leave? That's a wrong verb, right? I'm sorry. English is not my first language, and I make this sort of mistake sometimes. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't be making these mistakes by now. I mean, I've been speaking English for all my life by now. So, just, making these mistakes, it's kind of embarrassing. But I do them all the time. I just do it sometimes, like, well, why do I do these mistakes? And I ask myself, why are you such an idiot? And, and then I remember, some people are just like that, It's like, yeah, just can't avoid it. There you go. We have like 4 people. Wow, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people to be watching me. Being a mess here. And doing grammar mistakes. English grammar mistakes. Ridiculous English grammar mistakes. I wish you would correct me and tell me, why can't you speak English? Oh. You dirty South American. Yeah. That's what I am. A dirty South American. Alright, mate. Alright. Stop saying bullshit. Stop bullshitting. Alright, okay, I'll stop working. Yeah, just tell me to keep working. Okay, I'll keep working, alright. See, I go crazy just talking to camera. So, I need to talk to somebody. I need to like digest my thoughts. It's not good. It doesn't feel great to digest my thoughts by myself. I told you before I came here streaming and said I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna go crazy streaming. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna go crazy talking to the camera. And I said, I'm gonna let it happen. I'm here for it. I'm here for the crazy. And you can watch it live. You can watch me go crazy live. You can watch as I turn, into this crazy mess. Would you like that? Would you like me to turn into the crazy mess that I could be, that I have potential to be? You would very much like that. I know. All right. So, our little towers here. What are we going to do with them? What are we going to do with our towers here? So, let's look at our tower thing here. So this is the main tower thing. I guess. This is a shooting tower. I realized that at the end of the day, we're not really using the abstraction in the proper way that we intended to use it initially, right? I mean, instead of having this and this two here, right? Because here's the thing. This is an architectural compromise, right? You can have more abstractions, right? Because you think you're going to do something, but later on you don't know if that's really going to fit every single model. And the more abstractions you do, like say, if you extend something, and then you need something else from that thing that you extended, and then it becomes a common thing, and so you have to add it to the other, to the main, to the superclass, because it's a common thing. But then it's not really a common thing because you only want it in 2 different classes. So now it has to be a common thing between 2 different classes. But then there's, and you start making this mess of an architecture with different extents, So that's something I don't like. I generally try to avoid building architectures around inheritance. Inheritance is really good for some things, mostly when you have like a common ancestor where you want to like have some tooling around. That's really good. But when you base your whole architecture around inheritance, you can get into a mess very quickly. A very big mess. So, inheritance can be your friend if you are, like, if you if you don't become, just a spawner of childs, just spawning childs everywhere, everywhere, it's extending, Don't go around trying to breed components and breed classes and breed stuff. Instead, if you can, do some composition. Do some composition. Maybe you want to have like a class that uses a tower. So okay, instead of having like a, in this case, it's a shooting tower, for instance, because this is what I'm thinking. I get ahead of myself. I just start talking. My thoughts are going to one place, and my mouth is saying something else. So I start talking, and I want to say something, and then my head's thinking somewhere else. So I need to line up my thoughts and my mouth. That's hard, that's hard. That's hard. There you go. We have Lord of 9 stars saying, damn, yeah. We're getting down here. Welcome, mate. Welcome. So here we are. Just talking about architecture here. I'm trying to get my thoughts lined up. It's really hard to get thoughts lined up like that. So here's the thing I'm thinking. The tower that we have here, right? The tower is a shooting tower, right? It's a tower that's going to shoot things. Why do we make the shooting tower class that extends tower? Because the 4th tower type that we wanted to add was the type that spawns little enemies that fight, right? And it has a different sort of way to work. Instead of shooting a missile, it doesn't have like a firing rate and things like that, right? So it will work in a very different way. But now this one is a shooting tower in itself. But I'm thinking, okay, maybe that superclass for that is very good. But then every sort of new definition that we have about the shooting tower, like in this case, we had the beam and the projectile, and you can have one or the other, or you can have both, and they're going to make the class behave differently. So these are side effects that we're adding to our architecture. And we need to, it's not very intuitive. So we need to be very careful when we're creating these sort of interfaces to not create a mess for ourselves in the future, because it's going to be really hard later on. Come in and remember, why did we add the projectile and a beam? Why did we do this? And then we have to see in action in order to realize, oh, this is why we did this. Or you have to very well document it, but then you write a bunch of comments and nobody reads them anyway. So it's a mess. It's a mess. Really, having a nice architecture that's nice to read. When your API tells the story about the component, it's the best possible way you can write a proper class, a proper interface that tells how the thing behaves, right? This is not a good story. This is telling projectile and beam. This is not a good story. This is not telling us, yeah, this is what it does. No, it's telling us it could shoot a projectile or a beam, or does it shoot a projectile and a beam? And does it, and how does a beam, why is the beam an object 3D and then this one's a prefab? So it's, this is very confusing. This is very, very confusing unless you have it very well documented, thinking that this is going to be a template that you are going to be able to use for your own game, and I'm going to have to document this. I know that here I have to I'm making a compromise for the sake of practicality, because it's just nice to be able to test both things very easily, but it's not good in the sense of an API, right? As an API, it's not telling us a good story. It's not telling us something that we can, it's not telling us a story that that's going to be intuitive and nice to document, and it's going to be good for an end user. We're talking about the user of the end user of a code, right? And this is how you make people hate you. This is how you get hate, you know. Lord of Nine Stars saying, can you create a poem? A corn website? I bet it's easier. What is the type of game you create? And a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. yeah, I guess I could make a lot of money making it one of those corn websites. I could become an OF model, right? There's a lot of people who probably pay for that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think I'm that pretty, right, to go and be an OF. But hey, who knows? Who knows? Hey, I could probably go on one of those. But yeah, no. I rather just make games, right? I'd rather just teach people how to make these games and architectures in this case, right? I'm talking about architecture here. In this case, we're creating a tower defense, right? We create a tower defense game, and let me show you how it's looking by now. You know, if you're still there, still hearing me talk about this design decisions that we're making about our our little architecture. But here, you know, we have yeah, we have all these here, right? I mean, you can make corn games as well, right? Corn games, you know, with some, you know what I mean? All of those. I'm sorry, my throat, you know, it's not doing great today. So yeah, but you have, you know, game logic here. You have a UI, you know, like, okay, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this shit here. And you have, you know, you can get your guns there and you can upgrade them, and you can have like this energy one that has a beam, right? You can upgrade it, you know, and then upgrade it again, it has a massive beam. There you go. So that's more or less what we have right now, okay? And yeah, that's a decent thing, I guess. But yeah, the problem is that some of them, as you can see, right, like as you saw, some of them shoot, like this one, right, shoots projectiles, right, and this one shoots a beam, right? So the question that you know, is that if you add the beam, if you set up a beam, it will shoot a beam. If you set up a projectile, it will shoot a projectile, and you can set both of them, but it will behave differently, right? It will have a different sort of behavior, so it's not telling the right story. So the kind of thing we're going about. Yeah, corn games good too. Yeah, definitely, all right. Those very good ones too, right? I mean, if you like the kind of thing, that is right. But yes, I'm saying they probably make a lot of money, right? But yeah, that's probably the other side of the coin. 100%. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I'm not against anything as long as it doesn't it's not about you know, hurting anyone. That's the thing. How much time it takes you to create all of these? Depends on what you're asking. Is that about the game or the engine? If you're asking the game, it doesn't take that long, actually. I've been, if you look back since I started doing this stream, talking about the game, right, game development of this particular tower defense, and look at the very first one I did, I can't really count the time that it took, because I've been like going back and forth explaining things, and you know, and so, and I've only developed here, like I've only done this sessions here, so I haven't been doing stuff on, you know, outside of the sessions that we had, so I can't really tell how long it's taken actually. How long did it take? I'm actually curious now. I'm actually thinking, how long did it take? I think it's, I don't know, how many sessions have I done? I don't remember. If you look back in the videos, like in live streams, you'll see more or less think the amount of time it takes there, like the amount of time I've been in a live stream, divide that by half, and maybe that's the time that I'm actually doing stuff, and I'm just explaining myself, and then and going about, maybe someone like you shows up that have just showed up here, and asking, wait, do you mean you created a custom game engine for this game? No, not for this game, no. no, this engine, no, I created this game engine, but it's a game engine that I created. I'm building on. This is called Rogue Engine. It's a game engine to make games for the web. You can find it at rogueengine.io, and that's the game engine we're using here. But it's we're talking about the engine. Well, that takes a while longer, but if we're talking about the because people sometimes ask about the engine and not really about the game, so I sometimes get confused. So that's why I'm asking. But yeah, the engine itself, a lot longer, a lot longer than a few live sessions. But the game itself, yes, probably, I don't know. I think at this rate, if I had to like guess, I'm gonna guesstimate. I'm gonna guesstimate for you. I would say it's taken 16 hours. 16 hours for the troubles that I've had. Like some problems I found, say, because I had to like solve some issues. 16 hours, I would say, maybe. I think, yeah. But it's hard to tell. Think all the live streams that I've done by half. The time taken by half, divided by half. How many years of experience do you have? Because I want to know when I will be in your level. Well, I've been developing software since I was 15. I'm 33, so that's half my life. And then I've done, say, games. I started maybe actually developing games. Maybe I was, because I back then I was making like little games, but it's text games and things like that mostly. But like 3D and this more complex vector 3 math and all that stuff. Probably I was 20, maybe 20. Yeah, so it's what's been like 13 years. But like, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you can definitely get. Yeah, I released my first game a few years later, so I don't think it takes that long to get good enough to nowadays you have the tools to make it very easy. So if you know how to do JavaScript, you program in JavaScript or TypeScript and use Three.js. You can know your way through Rogue Engine. Rogue Engine is just a tool to use Three.js, right? It's just a set of tools that you can use to do Three.js stuff. So it shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't take you that long. I think if you already know TypeScript and JavaScript and all that, you can get set and go in, I think, in a couple of weeks at most, and start building actually cool stuff, because it really makes things fairly easy for you. Also, you can find nice assets to use with animations and all that in like quaternius.com or kenny.nl. Here they have great really great Creative Commons assets. Maybe you're a designer, I don't know, but yeah, you can do all that. You see, that's why you have to cut the time in half on my streams, because this is part of what I do in the streams, more than just making the game, but yeah, you don't need to be. I'm not the best game developer. I'm better at making tools than games, actually. So I would say that probably yeah, I would say don't trust the time that it's taken me to get here to say where you need to get to release something or do something nice, good. You can get really good. Also, everyone is different, right? So I would say you could, if you already know how to program. If you don't know how to program, well, you need to get started with that first. I would say the best thing you can do is learn to code, learn some JavaScript, learn some TypeScript, and yeah, get started with that, and then Then you release your first web game, with THREE.JS, and you're welcome to the free world. Welcome to the free world. You just have a nice website that is 3D. That's how what's better than that, right? You have a 3D website. That's beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, it's the thing, right? All right. So what else do we need to do here? Let's see. Is my audio working? Is my audio still working? I'd be surprised if my audio is still working. Wow. I can't believe my audio is still working. Usually it starts breaking apart. It starts dying at about the 1 hour, 2 hour mark. Between the 1 and 2 hour mark. Yeah, so 1.5 hours, 1:45, depending on the day, how much it hates me that day. But we've been here for a while now, and it's been okay, I think, for the most part. It can still break. You let me know if the audio is not doing right. You let me know. I'll trust some of you. One of you will come and say, hey, your audio is shite, and I'll go back to it. But yeah, back to our problem, to our shooting problem here. We could use this tower with a projectile just fine. I think we're gonna need to set a target, right? So we set a target just like the gun. It's actually quite the same as the gun, right? The difference, I think, is in the way we shoot, right? Because here's the thing. We would need to first shoot up and then pursue the target, right? Because it needs to look nice, like it's going up like that, it's like it's going up from the thing right here, right? So we have this cannon. We need the missile to go like that and then go into the go towards the enemy. So shoot up and then find the enemy, something like that. We could also just shoot up towards the enemy like that, but I think it looks better if we shoot it up and then it starts moving towards the enemy. I think that looks way better, way more massive like that. Yeah, I think that would look much better, but I don't know. So I'm unsure if we can reuse this class as it is, or if we should create an abstraction. I am always weary of creating abstractions just like that. Always weary of creating abstractions just like that. I don't like just adding up abstractions. I'm not a fan. Oh. So the projectile is more or less the same. We have our projectile here, right? Our projectile comes out. It decides to parent itself, to get its parent. It's a projectile's object that we're creating in the scene. If we don't have it, if we can't find it, we'll create a container there. It's called projectiles, and we'll add the projectile to it, right? This is the projectile component that is representing our projectile, right? So yeah. What else are we doing here? Then we are we have if we have a target, right? This is the key here, right? This is the key. Okay, this is key. If we have a target, we're looking at the target, we're moving towards it. Interesting. Because when we reach our target, reach our destination, we will destroy ourselves. This is what the projectile does. So, Lord of 9 Stars saying, why did you mute me? Oh, no, I didn't mute you, mate. Did you get muted? I barely touched the controls. Yes. I know. I did not mute you. Maybe YouTube didn't like the corn word there. I don't know. No, I didn't mute you. Did you see anything strange there? Did chat that didn't it let you like write chats or something? Watch this. I think added to your game is awesome. I know what I need to watch, mate. Yeah, if you're sending something, probably YouTube is not gonna let you like send any kind of link or anything like that. But let me know what it is that you're what you're talking about there. But yeah, probably YouTube is not gonna let you send links and stuff like that. But yeah. No, because I write 2 comments and it got deleted. My comment was not even corny. I didn't delete them, mate. Not me. No, I mean, I really don't care much about if they were corny or anything. I don't really. I don't mind at all. By myself, as long as you're not like insulting anyone or being, I don't know, racist, offensive or something like that. I don't really mind. I don't find those things. I'm not a moralist. In that sense. You can say whatever you want for my sake, but I don't know. YouTube has its own policies, maybe, and it was like I don't know. Maybe if you sent a link or something. All right, I'll look for it. Yeah, I'll look for it after the stream because the thing is I have Chrome closed because every time I open Chrome, my OBS doesn't like me, like starts acting up. So I always have like Chrome closed, and I open it up whenever it's like absolutely necessary. I open Chrome. I can go for my Monster the Snake animation made in JS. Okay, I'm gonna look for it. Yeah. So Monster Snake animation made in JS. I'm gonna take note of that. Wait. I have it here. I have a pen here. Do I have a pen here? No, I don't have a pen. Yeah. Okay, but okay. I remember. Monster Snake animation made in JS. I'm gonna look it up. Mate. Yeah. Let's look it up later on and see what that is. But yeah, it could be a monster for this thing. Maybe I don't know. Cool stuff. We have some really cool monsters by Quaternius there, and yeah, if you go to quaternius.com. Has some really cool stuff there. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going because otherwise we're gonna stay here forever. It says I think it's gonna be so awesome if you add it to your game. The Monster Snake. Probably, I don't know. It's on YouTube. Okay, I'll look it up. I promise I'll look it up, and I'll look it up and I'll tell you what I think in next stream. I promise I'll bring it up in the next stream. Okay, probably. I'm scared. I think I'm gonna. I think I don't know if you're having a laugh there or not. But it's gonna be actually awesome. It's gonna having a laugh with it. But I don't know. I'm actually like I say I'm skeptical. But I'm looking forward to it, just in case it's something funny. I hope it's something funny on it. I wish it was something funny. The website, quaternius.com. It has very cool assets that if you need for your games and stuff like that. You can get Quaternius You know, give him some money. You know, give Quaternius some money. The lad makes assets for free. Give him some money. Give him a few coins there. Drop a few coins. You know, drop a coin to your Witcher. You know, and that stuff. You know, it's just let him know how much you love him for making those creative common assets you can use for free in your games. You know, that's incredible. You know, like that lad is just, an absolute godsend. So yeah, always thank the artists. Thank the artists. They move the world. Artists, they make the world. They create worlds. Yeah. You can only love the artists. Beautiful people. All right. So the actual artists, real artists, not the ones, not the Hollywood bunch of that. That's not hard. That's just money makers. I'm talking about artists. I'm talking about true artists making the art, making the craft, and really putting in the time into the craft, the love for it. And yeah, lovely people. Okay, so should we reuse our same component here? So our component, our projectile, is going to move forward. It's going to move. It's going to look somewhere. It's going to move, and when it reaches the target, it's simply going to well, here's the thing, right? What if we just move forward and that would be interesting. What if we just move forward? Okay, so it could be the projectile itself to have a sort of yeah. So here's the thing. Okay. All right. The shooting tower in itself, all it's really doing, how is it really shooting? It's aiming. It aims, right? So it rotates towards the enemy and all that, right? But in this case, we don't need to rotate. So we don't need this, right? So we don't need to aim. So the aim, we don't do. We don't have a beam. No, we will not have a beam. We don't need this, right? So no aim, no beam. So no direction, so not dot product of the direction, right? The dot product of the direction is saying, are we actually looking at the target before we shoot? None of this, we just shoot. In this case, either firing time or firing rate thing is in the right place. So we would actually need to re-architect it, do a re-architecture thing of this, because we will never be pointing at our enemy like that. So in this case, we have a different behavior, like a proper different behavior. So maybe it was a good thing that we added a different sort of tower. I will probably need a different sort of projectile, right? And like we could reuse the same projectile maybe, because in this case, like it would mean very little change. Like it would mean like saying, oh, okay, like maybe I'd like some kind of initial direction or something like that, like saying, okay, we delay giving it the target, so it moves forward. Like say we started moving upwards, right? So it's pointing forward, right? But forward is upwards, right? Because it's like a missile, or even though it's going upwards, right? For if in the missile context, it's going forward, right? It's going forward for itself, right? If you're pointing upwards, you're just moving forward, right? You're going forward, right? For everyone else, you're going upwards. For you, you're just going forward. So that's what it means, right? In your context, from your perspective, you're going forward, upwards. So this is it, right? This is translate set. So if we start the projectile looking upwards and we move it forward, we'll be going upwards. And the moment we decide on a target, it'll look at the target, right? And it'll start going forwards towards that target. That could work because the projectile is already doing that. It's already doing that. And if we set it right, if we set a different speed, right, it's already doing that thing of bending, right? A bending thing. And it kind of looks like it's bending. So yeah. No, I just meant if you watch it now, I bet you're gonna like it. It's a skeleton snake with hands that look like it's a Founder Titan from Attack on Titan. Wait a second. Let me see if I can open it in Firefox. Wait a second. I think I'm afraid this thing's gonna break my whole like opening the browser, break my whole system here. Let's try it out. Let's see if I can open it up here. You said Monster Snake JS. Okay, I think it's like a centipede. This is like a centipede thing. Let's see. Let me see if I can show this here. Is this what you mean? I'm gonna mute the music so that we don't get banned or anything with that. I think this is what you mean, right? Yeah, this is not appropriate for a tower defense. I don't think so. This is not for these. The thing is, that's very specific. I mean, yeah, it's really cool. It's amazing. It's really amazing. Truly cool. But yeah, there's a very specific solution in JS. What we're doing here is we're using THREE.JS. This is also 2D, right? Yeah, I think this is what you mean. But if this is what you mean, yeah. Yeah, what we're trying to do here is let me know if this is what you mean, right? This is what you're talking about. But yeah, what we're trying to do here is a JS yeah, 3J we're creating a 3JS game. We're using some free assets that we find here, right? And it should be like 3D enemies, right, that we can add here, right? And this is very complex. It's I bet in a 3D context it's going to be super expensive probably, if that's what you mean, right? If that's what you're talking about. But yeah, we can get some really nice enemies there, obviously, right? We don't need them to be that articulate as an enemy, right? We don't need them to be super articulated as enemies. They can just be like have these very nice animations. Yeah, but the thing is, I would need to create a 3D model and do all those things. You see, that's a massive endeavor in itself. That's an incredible thing that dev did. Like focusing on that is not the case for when. I mean, if you want to make a game around that makes a lot of sense. But you have to go and do that. You see, did you see all the code that guy wrote for just that? you know, and you know, just have the thing rotate around with your mouse and create. Now you need to make it 3D, so you can't use the same code because that's working in 2D. So now you have to transpose everything in 3D. That's a massive amount of work. So you know, and it's not the focus of what we're doing, right? What we're doing is a game, a 3D game, and we're using assets. So we're not even creating the assets ourselves. To give you an idea of how focused we are on just making a tower defense, that in this case is also going to be a template. We're not even making a game. What we're doing is we're making a template for a game, for a tower defense that you can use to create your own tower defense game. So you can later on, if you want, create your own models and things and add them. That's the idea, right? That you will use your own models, your own things, and your monsters and your own theme, and add it to a tower defense system where you can shoot different things from the towers. You can have aliens of all sorts. You can have robots. You can have whatever you want as enemies, and you can do, you know, your own theme stuff there. You know, I think that's the key there, right? You can have fun with it. Yeah, that's more or less the gist of it. Is that you can, it's a template that you can use, a template for a game, right? So you can write whatever game you want. Yeah. So I would say, you know, if you focus on that, on making a great monster, you know, great monsters for your games, then you have a great monster system for your games, and that's one thing you can do there, right? For your own game, that's a beautiful thing. But I would say that's a different system, right? There's a system to create monster, or that's a specific monster that you want to create for your game, I would say, right? So that's a different focus you need to have, right? The focus here is the tower defense system template that you can use to create your own games, right? That would be the gist here, the core thing we're doing. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. Snake monster there, beautiful. Yeah, magnificent. Thank you for sharing with us. Beautiful. All right. So let's go and do our towers here, our thing here. So yeah, I would be happy with changing the projectile a little bit and moving it around. We could do that with the projectile, definitely. But the thing is, our shooting tower, we can't use it anymore. Not as it is, right? This is like an actual aiming tower, more like a shooting aiming tower, right? This one would be more like an artillery sort of tower, right? Sort of more of an artillery. We call it fixed rotation tower, or artillery tower, or something like that. I don't even know how to spell artillery. I would need to like go. I don't even have my phone here. Oh my god, it's gonna be beautiful. It's just gonna be beautiful. I'm just gonna write down. I don't want to write down the wrong word or something. Wait a second. Let me see if I can open Firefox again. I want to misspell this. This should be an artillery tower. Artillery. Or should we call it launcher tower? Launcher tower. Yeah, artillery. Yeah, okay, I did it right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's more like a sort of cannon that you shoot up, and yeah, because it's sort of like artillery, right? It's sort of like artillery. You can use that for artillery, missile launchers, kind of like that. Like it's more like a launcher. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. If someone can give me an idea of what the concept is, it'd be beautiful. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's see. We have like how many people here? We have like 3 people. Wow, it's beautiful, right? Wow. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Thank you very much to everyone watching, by the way. you know, the 3 people watching, maybe 4, 5. Thank you so much for being there. Yeah, I really appreciate you being there. And yeah, we're probably we're gonna finish at about 10 something here, right? It's like right now it's 40 minutes to 10, right? And sorry, 20 minutes to 10. So it's gonna probably keep going for another, you know, I don't know, maybe we'll get to 40 minutes, something like that. But yeah, let's try. So let's try and build this thing. We're gonna try and get the tower, like the proper artillery tower thing working, more or less properly as it should be. So yeah, let's try and do this. Let's try and get this going, okay? That's really like a short, I mean, an early stream, so that we could, you know, come in early enough and play around without being so late. So yeah, I'm glad you joined. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna have a beam. So this tower requires a target in order to shoot. And that's okay, right? We want to have a target in order to shoot this other one, this case, right? But yeah, in this case, we're shooting, like, if we have a projectile, we're simply instantiating it. And we're taking in the damage, we're sending the damage to the projectile, and the projectile is actually doing the damage thing. And yeah, but we also, okay, the projectile is also going to be an area damage sort of projectile. So yeah, let's do that. Let's play around with that. Yeah, because it's also that. We need to make it an area damage projectile, right? That's important. That's fairly important. Quite important, right? Very different. Very different from the other ones we have. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Try not deviate for the next 40 minutes, more or less. Is try to make this work in the next 40 minutes as fast as we can, okay? So okay, let's bring in our gun. Or can we just, yeah, maybe we'll just make our new component first, okay? So our new component is going to be new component, and we're going to call it launcher. We're going to call it launcher tower. Okay, we're going to call it launcher because it could be a projectile, it could be an artillery tower, sort of like that. We could call it artillery tower, but we're going to call it a launcher because it's just, you know, it could be like, in this case, it's more like a missile launcher than actually an artillery tower. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to call it launcher tower, and like that, and that's fine. That's going to be okay. We're going to call it launcher tower like that, and then we're going to come here, and what are we going to say here? We're going to copy some of the stuff we have, because we need this to be to extend from tower. All right, yeah, so we did fine. See, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. We're doing okay there. We're doing okay there because we're actually using something with extending tower. So that's good. That's good. That's something we want. Shooting tower. I don't like the name shooting tower. I don't like the now. I'm like shooting tower. What does shooting tower mean? We have a launcher tower. We have a shooting tower. Okay, I don't know. I'm not happy with it. I don't know. It's like, why? Okay. Launcher tower. Let's add these. Let's import THREE.js. Import OS3 from form 3. And let's have damage. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, firing rate, firing timer, barrel. Yeah, right. And we're probably gonna need one for area spread for the damage. So that, you know, we can set like some kind of ratio to say from 0.0 is going to be like 10, and then we're gonna have like maybe fringes, right, in which you start getting less damage. So we maybe floor that value, right? So no, in order not for it to be some kind of weird yeah, you know, float number or something. We just want a very simple number that we can use, maybe, I guess, I don't know. We can use like a big number and just floor it down. We'll see. I like using bigger numbers, I think, in this case, because it's more precise. If you can avoid using these float numbers, it's much better. Honestly, it's just gonna make your life a lot easier. That's what I was thinking, you know, with the that's why I was thinking that with the I should probably like increase the damage of the beams. Maybe could be nice and increase it. Let's see. Let's look at that. We'll see. Okay, all right. So we have no up or down articulation, do we? No, we don't need it now, so we don't have it. There's no beam offset. There is no beam. There is no yeah, there's a projectile, there's a barrel, yeah. There's a barrel, absolutely. And we have a firing timer. Yeah, we have a firing rate and we have a damage. We'll see about the area damage later, okay? Because it could just be, I guess most launchers will shoot something that will make our area damage most of the time. So we should probably assume that we're shooting something that will make some sort of massive damage around the thing that we're shooting, right? I guess. I don't know. I guess we shouldn't assume that very lot, but you know. We'll see. Okay, so awake. Well, awake? Are we doing something awake? No, nothing awake. We're just updating. That's all we're doing, really. So all we need really is an update. I don't like the void here. I don't like it. I don't like the void. I don't like having a void there. No, I never had the void. You see how I was rude. And we don't need to aim. We don't need to do this. We don't need to any of that. All we need to do really is check if our firing rate, you know, and just shoot, right? So that's all we really need. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do firing rate shit here. I'm going to come here and do this. And yeah, we're going to select target. This is something we are going to do 100%. Yeah, this is something we are going to do. And what we're not going to do is we're not going to try and do this thing with the direction and all that. No, we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this 100%. No, not right now, at least. All we need really is to select the target, and if we don't have a target, we go away, right? If we have a target, right, and the current HP is smaller than 0, remove target, I guess, because we can have targets, right? Because we can have targets that haven't been removed from, right? This is the way we make sure that our target, we don't have targets set up that we can't really, that we're not really using. that's the way we make sure that happens. We keep that up. Okay, yeah, that works, I think. And we need to select the target, and the target selection it's exactly the same, right? Target selection is just the same. It's just getting the next one. Yeah, just getting the next one like this, like that, right? We could make this a we could probably turn this into a kind of a I guess a common thing, right? A common ancestor thing. Oh no, because the right, because the spawn tower, right, it will not have it, like it's sort of a, yeah, spawning enemy, like spawning our own minions there to fight. That will not have anything like that. So yeah, let's be compliant with our thing here. let's be compliant with our architecture that of inheritance only when necessary, right? Inheritance only when necessary. In this case, we don't need to have, you know, a common ancestor target thing, okay? So let's not use that. Yeah, let's have this be a target minion undefined. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we need to have this. Oh, I hate it when the tabbing doesn't set correctly. Why tabbing? Why? Yeah, and we import the minion there so that we can have it there, and there it is. What's wrong here? Oh, shoot. Yeah, we need to shoot. Yeah, the shooting. Are we doing any shooting? How are we shooting? Okay, so here's a shooting bar. Let's grab the shoot and bring it here. We have a common interface. That's what I'm noticing that. We have a kind of a common interface here. So we could sort of think about having a common interface that we use. That wouldn't be totally wrong at all. Like it could be the proper way to do it actually. Okay, let's bring in the projectile. And let's bring in the barrel position, because we're getting the projectile prefab. We're getting the projectile component from our prefab, right? From our prefab's instance. We're instantiating the projectile. We're getting the prefab. We don't need the beam stuff. Yeah, go away beam stuff. If we have a projectile, we're going to shoot it, right? This is what we're doing. So what we're doing is simply because we are very nice here, we're just going to do, if we don't have a projectile, we return. Okay, this is the way I like it. Yeah, we just set a guard instead of adding a tab. I'd rather add a guard this way. A guard is great. It's much better than a tab. Always a guard beats a tab 100%. I'd rather have these always. Like I love guards, like just setting, you know, guards like that. Unless you need to, because if you want to, like, you just do this and then set some kind of, you know, okay, do this when, you know, we don't have a projectile, to send a message, say, we don't have a projectile, what's going on? So, you know, do some kind of error there or something, or don't add this and just make it fail, you know, just make it throw, because you want to know, oh, I didn't add a projectile, so it throws and tells you where the error is. Because also this is prone to silent failing, you know, this is prone to, like adding a guard like this, or like it was before, saying if the projectile is present, is very prone to silent errors, right? So you have this thing not work, and you wouldn't know why until you realize that you haven't added a projectile. So that's also a problem. So maybe we should remove this so that we have an error and we know what's going on. That's a good thing. But this is a functionality thing, right? This is a functionality thing. In the case of the other one, we needed to know that the projectile was there in order to know if we're shooting a projectile or not, because we had a beam or a projectile. So in this case, we want to have a projectile. If we don't have a projectile set in our prefabs, then there's a problem. There's a problem with our component, right? With our prefab, and we need to do something about that. So that's important, right? With this telling us, hey, you require a projectile prefab thing. Yeah, so that's something we're doing here. Beautiful. We have a new tower thing. The thing is, when we shoot, what are we doing? We're getting the barrel position, right? So we get in the position. The barrel is going to be in the top there, right? And then it's going to have the wall quaternion, yeah, the barrel quaternion. So it's going to take the quaternion of the barrel. Okay. So we probably should rotate it so that forward, like the plus Z is looking upwards, right? And yeah, that will be great. So we get the barrel and we set it like it's not just adding the object itself there, it's also rotating it correctly so it's looking upwards, right? The Z is looking upwards, right? Because that's a forward for us in this case, right? What else are we going to do here? So we have damage set in the projectile, have a target there. What else we need to do? Right, So we need the projectile. The projectile, we know how the projectile works by itself. This should work already as it is. We just add it and set everything, and that's fine. The thing is, probably something like 20, something like boom, lots of damage. But the problem is that we should probably have this be a yeah, for firing rates, should probably be like every 1 second, 1.5, something like that, right? Like maybe should less, but make it very powerful, like, you know, 30, something like that. Yeah, let's make that the default. The thing is, by the way, this has a num here, just a monitor. It's just a monitor, monitor, right? We don't want to actually we don't want to change this. We don't want to set this, so this is 0, right? And this should start at 0 always, right? But the thing is, we should probably yeah, it should start as 0 or as the firing rate. Right? This is the amount time is passed. So let me see. So we have a tower there. We have the shooting tower, and we need to shoot upwards, and then choose the target. Oh, yeah, we will already have the target. So what we need is like what if hear me out. I'm thinking of something, right? Because we're looking upwards, and here's the thing, we're rotating, we're doing a look at, so you're always looking at the thing. We're not doing a smooth rotation in the projectile, right? The projectile is not really rotating smoothly in that sense, right? It's just looking at the thing, looking at the target. But maybe it should be more like an aim. You know what I mean? Like maybe it should be an actual, like a rotate towards, like the aim is doing in the shooting, right? In the let's look at the shooting, how it's doing it. And we could set, if that's the case, if we can make the projectile like move, like rotate in that way, we could make it start here and make it smoothly move towards the target like that, and that would resolve the issue for us. I think I thought of that the first time and I said it live and I forgot about it. Yes, because that's how it works, right? Just forget about things you say. I know, I think I at least I forgot. So yeah, okay, let's I always forget, don't I? So okay, let's look at the shooting thing. No, the aim. Okay, we have an aim function. We can basically copy it, right? We even commented on it, right? We wrote some comments because we talked about this, because it was a bit, you know, complex the way we did it. So we know how to aim. We know how to do it, right? So let's do that. Okay, let's do that. We even have here this sort of smooth variable, right? So we have the target quaternion thing and all that. So we can do this. Let's bring here to the projectile, okay? And let's add an aim function here, okay? We have a previous quaternion that we need to add. So we need to add the previous quaternion, the target quaternion, the previous quaternion, target quaternion. Okay, so we need these two. Let's add them. The shooting tower. Let's add the previous quaternion and the shooting quaternion. Where is it? Yeah, previous quaternion, shooting quaternion. And target quaternion, sorry. Previous quaternion, shot. Target quaternion. There you go. Oh, the tabbing. I hate the the tapping just gets me every time. Okay, yeah. Get the shakes. Okay. Shooting towards the target smoothly. So here's where we set the smoothness of it. We can set, instead of looking at the target, what we do is we aim, right? Instead of doing this, we can't comment it because we could be breaking our projectiles, right? What we do is we aim, okay? We aim and we shoot, all right? And we are going to set a smoothness value. In this case, it's you know, it's doing runtime delta time thing, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to say that if it's 0, right? If it's 0, that's going to be hard to document. But I read props.num. I don't like this documentation sort of thing, but hey, let's see. Aims now. Rotation smoothness. Is that how you write smoothness? It's got it. It's too long. I like it. I like rotation damp. Yeah, probably that. It's dampening, but hey, let's say it's 0, okay? Say it's 0 by default. And if it's 0, right? If it's 0, right? So we say if, and in fact, we're going to set it so that it's always, you know, we're going to say that minimum is 0. Okay, minimum is 0 here, right? So we have a minimum, we don't have a max, right? So we say, okay, yeah, so no if, sorry. It's just, we're going to do a ternary here. Should we do a ternary? Should we do a ternary? I don't like, I like ternaries. I like ternary. I'm a fan of ternaries. I really like ternaries. I'm a big fan of ternaries. So we say, that's a thing to be big fan of, right? That's another thing to be big fan of. Oh my God, I'm such a nerd. I'm a big fan of ternaries. Oh my God, listen to myself. Am I even listening to myself? Okay, rod damp. If rod damp, then we do this. Otherwise, say 1, right? So we're just moving, it's just rotating towards it immediately, like we would do with a lookup. See? So we could actually make this a lot better just by adding this bit to this. But hey, I don't know. We can leave the lookup here, and if rotation damp, just do the lookup, right? If there's no rotation damp, we do the lookup. Let's leave it like that just to see if it works the same way. If it doesn't break anything, you know, just want to see how different it is, right? Just want to see how different it is. Look, man, my chat is sad. My chat is so sad. I mean, look at this chat. There's nobody talking in that chat. Look at that chat. Like old messages, only old messages. So sad. So sad. So bad. You know. Nobody wants to talk. It's so sad. Hey. How sad is that, eh? You want to talk? You don't talk. That's fine. That's fine by me. All right. Let's see how much damage is. Damage is 8. Good. Good. Okay. Okay, let's set towers up. Let's do the whole thing. I'm late. I'm very late. I should have been finished already. But hey, let's do this. I was explaining myself, so hey, cut me some slack. All right, okay. So what we do is, as always, when we want to modify a prefab that is not going to be that same prefab, we're going to just create a new prefab based on one. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate it, right? So that we remove the reference.prefab, right? This new object is not connected to this one, right? So this new object is not the prefab anymore. So now what we do is we grab the barrel here, right? No, not the barrel. Or do? Yeah, well, we're gonna need to zero it out, right? We're gonna need to zero out the barrel. But we need to grab these. Well, we don't need to keep the object thing itself here, right? Yeah, we don't need to keep that. We're just gonna remove that. We're just gonna come here. We're gonna bring our which one is it? This one? Yeah, we're gonna bring it here. We're gonna zero it out in the position. There you go. We're gonna hit the barrel upwards, bit upwards there. Yeah, there you go. And as a projectile, we're gonna use the same projectile for now, right? We're just gonna use the bullet because we really just want to see if it works. Okay, we don't really want to do anything crazy for now. Well, no, we need to create a new one. We need to create a new one, but we're gonna do that just now. So we'll start with this one. Okay, we'll start with this one. Let's create this one. Launcher. Okay, let's create this one. Missile launcher. Let's call it like that. No space. I don't want space. I don't want space. Yeah, missile launcher. Yeah. And yeah, and what are we going to do? Oh, we're in the right place. Yeah, no, it's here. It's here. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was thinking, oh, I'm in the wrong place. No. Yeah, but instead of a shooting tower here, oh, right. Yeah. Now I'm thinking of that, right? We actually don't need this, so we're just going to remove this one. And yeah, I like the fact that we're using, like for this one, we're using a longer range, right? For this one, we're using a longer range. We're going to add our new launcher tower script. We're going to bring it up because I like it to be up because it's going to be easier to access for us. Yeah, this is going to be easier to access. And we need the barrel. So we're going to bring in the barrel. There, barrel. And now we need a projectile. And we need the upgrade prefab, right? But we don't have one now, so we're not gonna add it now. All right. And yeah, and we have 31.5. I think that's cool. I think that's nice. Yeah, that's gonna be okay. That's gonna be okay. Let's add that. So that's gonna be fine. Let's bring in the projectile, the bullet. Let's create a new bullet based on this one. Okay. Oh, look at that. It has the light. There you go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to duplicate this. We're going to remove this one from here. We're going to get this one and call it missile. Okay, we're just going to leave it as it is for now. We're just simply going to change the projectile things, okay? So we're going to make it, you know, like instead of 50 as the other one was, the other one, you know, the aiming was 50. The aiming for the weapons was 50. You know, it's just to look very fast. Like it's smoothly moving very fast. In this case, it's going to be something like, maybe we'll put something like 20. So it's half as fast, you know? So it's going to look like, whoa, you know? Yeah, it's not going to look that fast. And the speed is going to be something like, what? 50 maybe. Yeah, we want it to be a bit slower, right? A bit slower but interesting. So it looks interesting, right? We want it to look interesting, like it's moving, you know. It has to look like it's moving. Yeah, there you go. So we have missile. Yeah, there you go. So now we remove our little missile here. We come here, we bring in our missile projectile here, the missile. All right. Okay, and now what else? Now we have our turrets. prefab missile launcher. Let's call it missile launcher 1, in fact. Okay, missile launcher 1. Okay, missile launcher 1, and there we go, missile launcher 1. All right, so remove. There you go. There you go. We have a missile launcher 1 set ready to go. All right, and now what we do now? What do we do now? Missile launcher 1 ready. Now we need to come here to the scene. We're gonna come here to our base towers. We're gonna add 1 space, and we're gonna add our missile launcher 1. Okay, and we called it. Okay, no, that doesn't matter. Okay, the other one, we didn't give it a 1 to the other one. Inconsistency in the naming, definitely 100% wrong, but hey, just let's leave it at that for now. And what else do we need to add? Oh, we need to add this to our somewhere else. Yeah, here. We need to call it, what was the name? Cannon, we called it. Cannon. We need to change the name of that. I don't like, oh yeah, we need to press enter. Again, the same thing happened to me every single time I did this, hey? Cannon. I need to press enter. I forget about that. There's not right. Okay, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Why don't we just test it, right? Will it just work from first time? Like first time we use it, it just work. Imagine that. Imagine if we just build it and it just works like that, and we don't have to like retest it. That would be brilliant. That would be just. I would be surprised though. I would be surprised. I would be surprised. Cannon. Okay. 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 Let's make it. Let's make the projectile a bit. Okay. All right. You saw what happened. I told you that I had to set my barrel. My barrel has to be pointing upwards because it was shooting from here, right? So we need to point the barrel upwards. So we're going to grab the, from the x-axis here, right? We're going to rotate it 90 degrees. No, minus 90, sorry. Minus 90 to point upwards. There you go, minus 90. And yeah, that's just pointing upwards. That's okay, that's fine. That's going to look nice and sexy. And what else? What else are we going to do here? Missile. There's nothing else, right? Oh, we're probably going to make the missile slower. Well, one thing we could do is just to test this thing. We're gonna make them like 0.8. We want to shoot faster so that we can see more missiles shooting, right? We want to see them, we want to see them in action. So, and we're gonna come here, we're gonna grab our missile, we're gonna make it something like, I don't know, make it something like, what is it, 50? Yeah, make it 50 or make it 20. Yeah, I'm probably gonna rotation down, make it 10. Okay, just make it slower and moving like, Did I save it? I don't remember. So yeah, let's save it again. Okay, yeah, I'll remove it. Let's come back. Let's come here and create cannon there. There. Oh, I like it. I like it. It's just too slow. The gun is just too slow. But it's nice, right? I mean, we could definitely use this. I mean, we need to make it faster. We need to make it, yeah, something like, I think 30 was okay, because the thing is the minions are also super fast. We made them super fast on purpose, but we should make them a bit slower. And yeah, let's make them 10. Rotation damp. I like the rotation actually. Let's make it 5, but just to test. Just to test, how it moves. Okay. I'm okay with this. I can see this working. I can see this being cool. Nice. 40. Let's make it 40. Let's make it 40. Okay. Let's go for it. All right. Let's make it 40. Okay. Come here. Let's put it here so that we see. Oof. So when it looks at them, it goes fast. Yeah. I'm not a super fan of that. It doesn't look like it's reaching the target though, that's it. It looks super weird. It doesn't look like it's, oh, I'm reaching the target. See, how did it reach the target there? I didn't see it reach the target. It looked like it was, there it is reaching the target 100%. But how was it reaching the target before? That was weird. That was weird. But I like it. I'm okay with it. I mean, if it's actually doing what it needs to do, it's actually really good. Let's yeah, we have a problem with the minions. We still have the problem with the minions. We need to we're gonna need to change the minions to test this, because we need to make them slower, but we can't remove them from the scene. We can't add them or remove them from the scene because of the problem that we talked about earlier. So we need to rebuild them with new mesh. But yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm kind of happy with this. Not super happy with, but happy. Okay with this. Okay, it's just like fine. You know, it's just okay. This is okay. And yeah, I like it. Let's test it again. Let's test it again. I kind of like it. You know, kind of. But why was it moving like the other way and suddenly hit the target? You know, that's weird. That's just too weird. That's just too weird. Why did it do that? Also because I mean, it's picking the position of the target. So that's weird. That's the weird part, that it's actually getting the world position of the target. It's going towards it. So it's that's really weird. That's super strange. Yeah, that's super strange, isn't it? Oh, let's test the other gun to make sure it works with the projectile, the new projectile thing. Yeah, it's doing fine. Yeah, it's doing fine. Yeah. It's doing fine, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm okay. I mean, I'm not super happy with the this weird thing that it's doing. That it's not really reaching the target. It's doing something strange with the position. Oh, I like that bend that it did. Oh, what a nice bend there. I like that. I like that. That's so cool, right? Do you see that? It's some really weird bend. That was so cool. That was so nice. And it's just because we are rotating in real time. See that? You know, there's a boom, boom, and there's whip. Ah, so nice. So cool. I really like that. I really like that. Really, really like that. Okay. And it's not going to shoot that many, you know, missiles. Actually going to shoot every, you know, is not going to shoot so fast, right? It's going to have a higher shooting rate, right? So, you know, that's a good thing as well. Okay, I'm going to save this. Even though, yeah, I didn't change much, but I did change the other thing, but I saved already. I had it saved. Nothing in our scene it by itself has changed. We mostly changed some prefabs, added some prefabs. So yeah, we should be fine. But so everything is actually really saved. I'm happy with this. I think we have the 3 main towers that we want to add, the shooting towers, that like towers that shoot stuff. We have them. What we need now is like the main stuff, right? What we need now is to add the area damage. First thing I would do though is I would track the projectile thing to make sure the projectile is actually going there and it's not doing some weird thing. My guess is that it's actually... Oh, I think I know what's going on. Because it's rotating very slowly, it's actually going below the terrain. That's my guess. You see what I mean? Like, when it goes here, right? It goes... Well, no, it's... No, that's weird. That's weird. No. Because my guess was that it was coming up and coming here, right? It's coming here and then going below the terrain and then upwards. And when it reaches the destination, because it's actually trying to like, oh, I'm trying to get to you, but you're moving already. So I'm, moving down and then coming back. That was my thought. But then I don't know. Oh, no, probably. Right. I think I know what's going on. Yeah, it's got to do with the fact that the way we're removing it is the distance from the origin. That's what's changing things. So that's one difference we have with the other projectile, right? Is that's why when it's far away, right? That's why when it's far away, we're actually doing something that when it's further from us, right? We're pursuing the enemy, and when the distance from origin, and the distance from target, the distance from origin is greater than the distance from origin to target, then it removes it, and it makes sense because it makes sense with something that we're shooting straight forward, right? And we know that we're never going to be faster. Nothing's ever going to be faster than our projectile, other than another projectile maybe, and we're actually just shooting something that. Either us or the enemy or the target, we're not faster than the projectile. In this case, no, the projectile is actually quite slow. So we can't use the same algorithm to remove the thing. So what we need to do is we need to be a bit tricky here, I think. Yeah, we need to do something a bit less, it's less intuitive in that sense. We're gonna need to bend the rules a little bit here. Probably like have a choice here of algorithm we're gonna need to have a choice of decision making of how we destroy the projectile, how we probably the drop down something, distance based or target based, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we do it automatically if the rotation damp is greater than 0, right? It's if the rotation damp is greater than 0, maybe we with a rotation damp greater than 0, we use another type of algorithm. Maybe that's a good way to go at it. I would go with that. I think, because if we are actually trying to, go towards the target in that sense, and we don't really make it in time, we want to have something that's, tells a better story than this, right? Yeah. It's a bit confusing. I know it's a bit confusing, but hey, we're here for it. So okay, this is it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. We're not that many again. We're not, it's like, it's a fight, it's a thing we have here. It's a problem we have. Oh, look at that. I actually did it wrong. I used the wrong one. This is the right one. Yeah, I had the restream chat big and the restream chat. I should have removed this one from the screen. That's why I had like two of them, right? There's the big one and there's the smaller one. There's more. I said it the other way around. Okay, doesn't matter. All right. So I'm happy with what we have. I'm happy with what we have here. I think we can say remove it. So now we have both. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I'm happy with what we have. I think we have a nice model here to work with. Nice thing to work with. I think we can say that I don't know, that we can create all kinds of towers, more or less. Though our architecture wasn't that far off from what we needed. There's something that's still bothering me about the architecture, like I said before, but I think we are on the right track. And I'm happy with it. And yeah, so something's bothering me here. I think I beat myself. Yeah, and but yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I don't know when I'm coming back actually, but I'm thinking about coming in either on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, I really don't know exactly when, but hey, again, Ludum Dare. If you're in the Ludum Dare right now, if you're in any game jam, right? But right now it's the Ludum Dare is going on. So if you're in Ludum Dare, you let me know, okay? And I'm gonna help you out, okay? You let me know, I'm gonna help you out. If you're using Rogue Engine, that is, of course, right? If you're using Rogue Engine, I'm gonna help you out. If you're not using Rogue Engine, I'm gonna help you out. But if you're using Rogue Engine, you got my full support, you got my full, attention. So let me know, join the Discord, come into the Discord, and let's discuss, okay? We have support, obviously, there on the Discord, okay? So yeah, let's go for it, okay? If you're doing it, I'm all there with you, okay? You get all the credit, of course, right? I'm just gonna help you out, right? But you get all the credit, obviously. So yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching, thank you for being there, for the very few of you who joined, but the and the even fewer of you who commented in the chat. That means a lot to me. Every time someone comes in and comments in the chat and talks, and interacts, it's really nice. It's more than just, here's the thing, it's more than the actual interaction. It's more than the sorry, it's more than the engagement and then the likes and the subscription and then if this thing works or not. Just the fact that I'm here and just knowing that someone there interacts and says, hey, this thing and that thing, and it just talks about the stuff I'm working. It feels different. It feels nice. So thank you very much. It feels nice when people engage, actually, and I like engaging with people who come in and talk, and I'm always there for you, as always, so thank you very much for being there, for engaging. Feels nice. So if you're watching this after the fact and you want to join in some other time, I'm going to try to start doing these streams, these Saturday streams, early enough, because I see that it works coming in early. I'm even thinking about coming in earlier, maybe at 6 or something. I don't know. I'm going to see. I came in at 7 p.m. here. There's a 7 p.m. here in the UK. So we'll see. I'm probably going to start coming in early on Saturdays. I'm probably going to do early on Tuesday. I don't know. I'm going to let you know, because I'm actually going to do next week. I'm going to do a run of a few things. Right, a few days I'm going to do like 7 runs and decide on a schedule, and I'm going to set up the schedule on Twitch. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. All right, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.